we're on. Welcome everyone. Oh, wow, the camera's a little off kilter. Can we scroll down a little bit here? There we go. Cool. I forget how tall I am sometimes with these camera angles. It's sometimes a mess. Welcome everyone. Glad to be here for another stream. It has been a week and a half, to put it mildly. It's been quite a couple of days with some things we'll discuss. I'll talk about a couple things here and there, but it's been a hot minute since I've had a normal-ish stream, right? It's always one thing or the other, or discussing some big topic. But oh my goodness, it is something else this week. Between the shad stuff, between being noticed by a YouTuber I think is really cool. Just slightly. There we go. That's a little better. It has been, and between a couple of big things in the movie world and comic world, it's been quite a bit. Lower the music a little bit. Is that too loud? Lower the music a little bit there. That's better, right? Sorry about that. There we go. So, let's talk about a number of things. I'm sure some people want to... We got a shad simp? You're allowed to simp. It's fine. What time is love? I see you saying. Shad 1, anything. I'm not sure who anything he is, but that's cool. And may Guru make donations when I mention it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so we got a few things. I do want to talk about the Fantastic Four trailer and the nightmare that is the Fantastic Four posters. But I do know the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is the core point of this whole event. So we'll get to that shortly. Tapir Clip, thank you for gifting your memberships. Now, members at the end of the day will post a new link to my Discord at the end. If you're a member of the Discord of my channel, you can access my exclusive Discord and have conversations and all that good stuff. Anyway, I pour myself some tea. Got some steep in here. Let's see if this pours correctly. I do like this habit of drinking tea on stream. It's way more fun than getting beverages. Yes, so. Big thing also. Neuralities is back. I saw that they returned. I always forget what Neuralities' pronouns are. I think it's she, they, I think. But, well, they're back, which is excellent. And apparently they know who I am, which is fascinating and always weird when you realize that people can perceive you. This is an open invite to Neuralities. If you want to ever come on stream, you're more than welcome to. But I don't want to pressure them or anything like that. I'm glad they're coming back, though. We need more. We need more positivity on the YouTube circle. I think there's a lot of negativity. It's really rough, and we need more people to be positive and just bringing joy to this platform because it's so negative. She, they. Okay, perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of negativity. It stinks. I do want to mention shadiversity really briefly because I feel like that's a topic that merits some discussion, even though it's not relevant too much. Nick Wolf, thank you for Super Chat. So excited for Neurality's return to YouTube. I went ahead and finished the Cloud Card arc of Cardcaptor Sakura for the first time during my workout. That's incredible. I love that. Cardcaptor Sakura is such a good series, and anytime anyone watches it, in this year especially, it's so much fun. I love it. So, I do want to mention Shad briefly, because I feel like I should mention it because it is a big deal. Unless Shad does something else, I'm not going to react to anything he's saying regarding me. Paige Lego, thank you for Super Chat. Humbly begging to watch a clip of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur so you can see a good example of limited motion / comic book inspired animation compared to the new Spidey. That's worth mentioning as well. We are going to mention the animation for the Spider-Man show as we get there. I think that's a really good point. And Shadiversity have a Batman and Joker level rival at this point. No, we don't. No, we don't. That implies a symbiosis. I could live without Shadiversity very easily. I do want to point it out. So Shadiversity did post a response, but because his response is kind of hollow and empty, it's not worth me continuing it. So that's not continuing on. If Shad says something that's worth discussing after this point, yeah, I'll discuss that. But as far as I'm concerned, this chain of conversation is done. I don't have anything else need to say on this matter that I can add. It would just be repeating myself, you know? Like at a certain point, like you get diminishing returns. Like you can't keep continuing a beef when there's nothing else to add. Like, what are you gonna do? That's the problem with some people online. They carry on these grudges forever. Like there was the big thing with Hassan and Ethan Klein this weekend. They had a whole big thing. I'm like, what's even the point? You know, at a certain point, you get diminished. Like, isn't your audience tired of the ongoing drama? Like, it just, I don't know. It just bums me out because some people get so caught up in that stuff. Anyway. Yeah. But it's a whole thing. I'm not going to get into it. Beyond, I will say I did ratio him. I will say that. Which is interesting because that means that my channel has officially ratioed a channel with over 1.5 million subscribers. Which seems wrong to me. Like, I don't get what that means. I don't know. Anyway, I do want to talk about the Fantastic Four trailer. That one is something I really am interested in discussing. And we have a lot in chat, so I guess a lot of people want to hear me talk about Spider-Man or Fantastic Four, or maybe it just came after the Shad stuff, so I'm sorry to disappoint you with that. Sai is going to be active Shad soon. That sounds about right. I'm excited for that. I'll probably watch Sai when she responds to more Shad stuff. I know Shad is definitely a topic of information. Yeah, don't engage with any trolls. You know, trolls are fine, whatever. I mean, you ignore them. They usually burn out eventually. Show your aunt your love, donate money. Okay, now the troll is trying to encourage people to donate money. So please, listen to that troll. That's great. I'm kidding. Okay, I am going to ban this guy because he's just messing around. 1 second. Let me just ban this guy. Let's say. Put user in timeout. Time is love. You're in timeout for about 30 minutes. Cool. Awesome. So there we go. So, Scarlet Spider. Yeah, I love Scarlet Spider. It's my favorite Spider-Man costume. I love like the torn hoodie and like I love the. I mean, Ben Reilly in general is really cool. Jordan, thank you for super chat. Hi, Ant. You still feeling tilted at the towers? Yes, in case you didn't know, I was with Jazzy and Jordan on Jazzy Oliver's channel recently, playing Sonic 06 with them recently, and I did get very tilted at the towers. It was quite a lot of fun. Unfortunately, that happened right after the whole Shad thing happened, so I was really burned out, but so much fun. Nick Wolf, thank you, super chat. Excited for Superman and Fantastic Four, same month and year? Yes, I guess it is time to discuss. I guess it's worth discussing. Let me load the music a little more so I can go into more detail here. I guess it's time to discuss Fantastic Four real quickly. I am really happy about Fantastic Four. I think it's going to be fantastic. But I do have some issues I think are worth addressing. And that being the posters. Let me show you this right now. So I am confused by something with this this whole thing. I'm going to bring it up right now. But okay, so these posters right here. That's AI, right? This looks like AI. Like, take a look at this real quick. Look at the like right here. You got this hand. Got some of these faces that look melted. So first off, that face right here. This one right here. See this? It's the same face as this face right here. It's the exact same face, just copied over. So either it's like really poorly copied or it's just, you know, nonsense. I suspect maybe some of these might be real people. I don't know. But Marvel claims that this is not AI. I do not... Let me adjust this slightly. I personally don't believe them. I think that is nonsense. Let's move this slightly so I can get this all... Yeah, I want to show this. I don't like showing my taskbar or, you know, whatever. Like, this is, like, really bad. Like, So we have here 3 fingers, an index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and no pinky. Like, it's just, what is this? And a thumb. They're holding the flags. I guess it kind of makes sense to the floor holding it, but look at this guy right here. His fist is closed like this, and there's a flag sticking out from between his thumb. Like, what's he doing here? Like, is it sticking out of his, like what is this? This camera, that's fine. It's an old-fashioned camera. That's how you hold it. But, like, these background faces, they look like they're just copied and pasted over and over again. The more you look at it, the more fake, artificial it gets. And what stinks is that they had a perfectly great poster to begin with. It was a perfect poster that they started with right here. I'm going to show it to you right now. It looked like an old retro poster. Like, this was perfect. This Valentine's Day poster is better than this real poster. Like, compare these two. This is the poster we came out with today. This is the one that was just released with the trailer. And this came out months ago to promote the filming of the movie. Like, this looks so much better. Like, it looks like a retro style poster. Like, just use this style. This is perfect. Keep with the retro 60s feel. Like, I'm not sure if you remember this, but well, you probably don't remember this. I wasn't alive either, so I can't say I remember this either. But, it's Parent Trap 1961 poster. Yeah, like, it makes me think of the old Parent Trap poster and all these other old Disney films. Like, right here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Like, you look at this right here, you got, like, an illustrated poster, you know. You got, like, the heightened text font. You got, you know, Walt Disney, all this stuff. You got, like, this kind of, these colorful characters. You got these faces. It's the same aesthetic. It's just, you know, that same style of old school poster. And then they said they get this weird looking thing. It looks artificial and fake. I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, so let me read this real quick. I see there's a super chat I missed. Sorry about that. Mild Crisp, thank you for super chat. I've never had much of an opinion on superheroes outside of Spider-Man, but listening to your videos at work really show me a new perspective. Also, your video on diversity in comics are awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, like, here's what I think. I am going to get into this more when I put out my Marvel's Rivals versus MCU video later this week. I think more people aren't. I don't think people are upset with superheroes. I think they're upset with boring superhero stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of it is, there's a ton of superhero content that's just generic or samey, and that's not compelling. I think the big issue with the MCU, especially recently, is that so much of what we get is the same content over and over and over and over. We get very similar stuff. I think Agatha all along, honestly, was a step in the right direction, but it's not enough. Deadpool and Wolverine got an audience because it was different than the other Marvel stuff we're getting. And I think for 2025, it's a shame that the new Captain America movie looks like the least interesting of all the superhero films that come out this year. And I want to see it. I'm excited for Captain America Brave New World, but, like, it doesn't hit the mark the same way that Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and of course Superman do. Yeah, Jonah Youngin, I see your quote there. I remember hearing there's no real superhero movie fatigue, just bad movie fatigue. James Gunn said that, and if he's anything to go by, his stuff is gonna really break through, I think. Anyway, yeah, just get Alex Ross to do this poster, is what I'm getting at. Because some people are saying that this guy right here, this guy I don't think is AI. I think this guy is a real person, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he looks a lot like the... I realize my face is covering him up. Right here, this guy right here. Because he looks a lot like the photographer who is the main character in Marvels, which is a graphic novel series that I think is vastly underrated today, but when I first became a comic book fan, it was a big deal. Marvels is... So first off, I'm going to just show you one of the greatest covers of all time. This right here is one of the greatest comic book covers ever. It's an Alex Ross cover for the Marvels. So not for the Marvels, for Marvels. And zoom in on the left hand in the back. Left hand in the back. This one right here, the one that's terrible, or this one right here that's terrible? This left hand looks incoherent. This left hand looks incoherent. They all look bad. All of this looks really bad, and it's the more you look at, the faker it gets. I don't know. But this right here is one of the greatest comic book covers of all time. It's the last issue of the Marvels, which is told from the perspective of a photojournalist who experiences events from the Marvel Universe as, like, on the sidelines. And I think that's what they're referencing here. This guy looks like the photographer from that. If you look at the other posters, yeah, they all look bad. They all look artificial. They all look fake. It is genuinely terrible, which is a shame because, you know, I think that the movie looks good. Otherwise, the trailer looks fantastic, but it just sucks the poster killed my enthusiasm right now. But that opening trailer was perfect. Like, just the way the costumes look is just absolutely exactly what I want. The Thing is perfect. Yeah, the effects aren't polished enough, that's fine, but I can live with that. I can live with a movie with bad effects if the plot and characters are so good. And I think it's going to be really solid. I'm really excited for Fantastic Four still, but that poster is just very disappointing. Let's look at the Valentine's Day poster. Okay, the Valentine's Day poster is... Let me get that back up again. Alright, history. Yeah, it's that right here. The Valentine's Day poster is right here. Yep, this is a good poster. I really like this poster. It's a solid poster. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Your eyes are scanning. Alright, let me get you right here. Cool. You know, all good stuff. Anyway, retrofuturism is a great aesthetic. I think it's a really cool aesthetic that we don't do enough of. It reminds me a lot of Tomorrowland. Yeah, not the movie Tomorrowland, but like the place in Disney World Tomorrowland, which I think is really cool. I've always liked that aesthetic. I think it's really cool. It's a short story by William Gibson in his was it Burning Chrome or whatever it is, a short story collection, where it's like time travelers from an alternate future come to the present, or it's like some multiversal thing where if technology took a different turn in time, they kind of intersect with like the imagined future of the 50s and 60s, and they come back to the then modern day of the 80s or 70s. It's really cool stuff. Anyway, I'm excited for this movie still, even if it is disappointing how that turned out. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about I do want to talk a lot about, actually, the My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but I think what I want to get with that is, there's a couple things here. So, okay, I brought up right here, and I'm going to cite Saltier than Crate for these interesting selection of options here. So, where were you? Ah, right here. Yeah, this right here, it looks like where I want to start. Yeah, so right here, let me get my Reddit account here where you can see all my Reddit posts. Okay, so you see right here, yeah, move this slightly over a little bit. So you get this right here, front and center. Yep, there you go. So see right here, Hudson Thames, voice of Spider-Man in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, says his biggest fear was that the show, being the show he was in, was going to be annoying and woke. This was about a week ago this came out, this story broke. And it's certainly very interesting because, as we're going to see, maybe he doesn't think it's woke, but certain right-wing critics certainly do. The full quote itself is very odd. It does remind me a lot of Spider-Man Lotus. If you remember Spider-Man Lotus. Spider-Man Lotus was the Spider-Man fan film from a couple I guess now a year ago now, where they tried to recreate the Death of Gwen Stacy story alongside the portraying the boy who loved Spider-Man, I think it was. The one where the Spider-Man visits the kid with cancer. And, yeah, no, anyway. So, point is that the full quote, let me get it out for you real quick. Get this out. So, here's the full quote. And, this is from Variety right here. And they've been under damage control ever since. The director had to make a response and all that. It's been a whole... Let me get this up real quick. I always hate when this doesn't... Come on, get up there. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. I always hate when it doesn't quite... There you go, perfect. Anyway. Alright, so Spider-Man's biggest... was going to be annoying and woke. Here's the full quote, so there's no context left out. Because you know I like including context of all kinds. Sorry. I thought it was awesome. I mean, my biggest... So in context. While speaking with Collider, Thames said his biggest fear was that your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man would be annoying and woke, but ended up thinking the show was awesome after reading the script. And the quote goes like this. I thought it was awesome. I mean, my biggest fear was that it was going to be annoying and woke, and it wasn't. I was like, yeah, this is great. It's so well written. Like, it feels real. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, so I feel like I kind of know what's happening in their lives and in high school, and I felt like it was just doing that justice. I don't know what he was exactly referring to when he said woke. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, because the show deals with a lot of topics. It's a very complicated show. There's a lot going on. A lot of racial issues. A lot of, the opening of the first episode features, if you don't know, the show takes place in an alternate version of the MCU Spider-Man, alternate version entirely. And one of the people who Peter is high school classmates with, who's dating his crush, is actually Tombstone. And there's a scene where Tombstone is walking home from school. He's a football linebacker, I guess. Football quarterback, I'm not sure which. And he's being profiled by the police. They're looking at him, they're eyeing him. And I think they're setting up Tombstone to be like a tragic figure. It's my hunch. It doesn't have albinoism, so I'm kind of curious how that's going to go. Because I'm bored, thank you for Super Chat. What Pokemon would Spider-Man have if he was a trainer? Well, that's a good question. I'm going with Ariados, right? That's the obvious answer. Ariados or Porygon, one of the two. And the lizard is a woman, right? Yeah, the lizard is a woman. We'll get to that later. But yeah, so that's what we're starting with. We're starting with the idea that the film is being celebrated by members of the cast as not being woke. Now, I'm going to turn the music off because we're going to be moving to some footage that we're going to react to. I know everyone loves that part. We watch footage of chuds on the internet. So we're going to move to that shortly. But yeah, no. So we started off with the idea that this show was not socially aware, according to its stars. The show comes out. We obviously know it's very socially aware. It's just, not... I don't know what it was getting at. Because the show is very much a diverse series. I love how they have Nico from The Runaways in it. I just adore that. The show itself, it's a little stiff at times, but I think it's neat. But we got some reactions very quickly in response. So here's one right here. I'm going to add this real quick. Yeah, so this right here is something interesting, I thought. What do we got here? This is a post from, it looks like Twitter, which is interesting. Crazy how I've never seen anyone complain about the left image, but the right one is somehow controversial. I wonder what the difference could be. And the post, the original poster is left out. A lot of people like this post. I can see why. We got here Doc Ock from the Spider-Verse films, and we got the new Lizard. And yeah, so first off, Catherine Hahn, fantastic casting for, was it Liz? Liv? Octavia. I forgot what her name is. Anyway. So the other post is, also you guys really can't handle the multiverse as a concept if you struggle to accept that people aren't always white males in every single universe and continuity. That is also true. Oh, Angels Are in Gaming. Thank you for being a member of the channel. What's this new Spider-Man about? Well, I'm glad you asked. The new Spider-Man series is essentially a redo of the MCU Spider-Man. It's a little different. In this case, instead of Tony Stark offering Olivia, there we go. Oh, it's Liv. There we go. Instead of Tony Stark offering Spider-Man the Stark internship, Norman Osborn does. And a lot of characters had their ethnicities changed and swapped out. It's very interesting how that worked out. There's a lot going on there. I think it's really cool. Nick Wolf, thank you for Nick Wolf, thank you for super chat. My generous read is that pulling from Psy's stream regarding Dragon Age Veilguard, Thames was worried about the writing feeling clunky / inorganic. And that's a fair point. A lot of companies do have very inauthentic representation where they do write it in a way where it's very corporate, it's very stiff, it's very unwieldy, and that's a mess. That's not good. But still a strange word choice. You know what I'm saying? Psalm, thank you for super chat. If Miles was a trainer, he'd definitely have a Garvantula, cause it's an electric spider. That's a good point, actually. I like that. That's a good point. I can see him also doing having an Elekid too. I can see Miles Morales having an Elekid. That seems up his alley. And yeah, gender swapping isn't a big deal. Changing race isn't a big deal. So long as the character is at their core who they're supposed to be, that's important. I did a whole video on forced diversity and why I think it's overblown, the concern, so I can leave that to be my fallback. But, the gist is, I think a lot of this is, they change stuff all the time. Back when I was young, we had Batman from Tim Burton, and they cast Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. And I remember being disappointed that they got Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, because I wanted to see Harvey Dent. Well, not Two-Face, it's Harvey Dent. Because I wanted to see Billy D. Williams play Two-Face, not just Harvey Dent. That would have been kind of cool. The continuity would be nice. There is the rumor, of course, that Billy D. Williams was almost in Batman Returns as the Max Schreck role, but I'm not sure how accurate that rumor is. Because I'm bored, thank you for Super Chat. All the race-swapped characters seem to be the villains, so I guess it cancels itself out. Listen, we can have villains who are people of color. There's nothing wrong with that. And Norman Osborn, it finally makes sense why he has that hairstyle if he's black. Because, I don't know, it was always kind of weird that Norman Osborn had those that type of hairstyle otherwise. Anyway, so I guess there's nowhere to go but to the most extreme end of the spectrum first. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off right here. So I got John DeLaRue's here. Some people asked if I was talking about Yellow Flash in the thumbnail. It's not. We're going back to our friend John DeLaRue's. For those of you who watched my Shadiversity React stream, you know that John DeLaRue's is the owner of Fandom Pulse. He's the guy who runs it from behind the scenes. And Fandom Pulse was the site that Chad used to cite his bad Superman quote, the James Gunn fascism quote that he didn't read all the way through. I later found out that Fandom Pulse didn't even post the full quote. They just pulled the quote out of nothing and left no context. We're going to watch John DeLaRue's react to Superman a long time. And what I want to do right now is I want to start off, and there's another YouTuber too I want to include actually who's become very popular. I've seen him mentioned on stream a few times. Yeah, he made 4 videos about friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, one after the other. We're going to start with his oldest first, which is a whitewashed version of Harry Osborn, which I think is concerning. But we're gonna see how it is. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm sure John DeLaRue's with these insightful quotes really offers some real insight on your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Let's take a look at his oldest one. These are short videos, so we can bounce between them quickly, but we'll keep going.
I, for one, didn't even know that there was going to be a Disney Plus Spider-Man cartoon, but here we go. They're relaunching yet another Spider-Man cartoon. How many have there been?
Now, in case you, again, just to remind you, Fandom Pulse is a trash tabloid. It is designed exclusively for right-wing reactionaries to cite on their posts, and it's all run by John DeLaRue's. It is absolute garbage. There's a new YouTuber I should introduce you to because it would fit your commentary. Oh, that's cool. Take a look at that then. I don't want to beat down anyone who's new, though. I like to, if I'm going to criticize an account, it's going to be an account that's either well connected to the fandom criticism scene or particularly egregious. I don't want to just attack a small account for the fun of it. But yeah, no, this is this post was about a month ago, so before the show came out. There shouldn't be any spoilers here, but let's take a look.
And at this point, they can't seem to make these last more than 2-3 seasons, and this one is really gonna poop the bed immediately because everything involved with this is a race swap, and the art looks atrocious.
The art is based off the Steve Ditko illustrations. The animation might be a little stiff, but the art direction's fine. Also, not all the characters are race swaps. Peter Parker, Aunt May, Tombstone, Nico, Doctor Strange, they're all not race swaps. So, whatever. Because I'm bored, thank you, Super Chat. Hot take, the Spidey actor saying woke, unironically, doesn't hold a candle to what the actor in Spider-Man Lotus did, and it's dumb to act like they're equivalent like the internet seems to. I 100% agree. The Spider-Man Lotus actor said a lot of racist stuff. The actor saying woke, not being woke, it's whatever. I think it's cringy more than offensive. Spider-Man Lotus, that was racist. That was extremely racist. And that's not a simple, oh, hey, whatever, let it go. Like that was actually more severe. So let's take a look at what John DeLaRue says here, and we'll go from there.
The whole concept feels very like 2017 Miles Morales, but with Peter Parker. It's a very bizarre idea for them to do this.
So 2017 Miles Morales. So in his perspective, he thinks that Miles... Again, I want to point out that John DeLaRue is a Miles Morales hater. And unlike, say, Eric July, who swerved on his perspective of Miles Morales later on, this guy has always... So YouTuber Eric July, he is the guy who was one of the Comicsgate guys. He did a Magneto video a while back arguing that Miles Morales was, well done, whatever. And then years later swerved on it and said Miles Morales was always terrible, whatever. He's a grifter. He's changing his opinions on the fly. But John DeLaRue here has always hated Miles Morales and continues to because John DeLaRue is an awful person. Let's keep going.
But hey, this is what Disney Plus wants to do going into 2025. I think they've miscalculated their market again.
This show's pretty popular, it seems like. Psalm, thank you for Super Chat. Unrelated, as a big Doctor Who fan, I'd love to see your commentary on the YouTuber Bowelstreck. His videos on Doctor Who are the most unhinged, dishonest critique I've seen on the site. I'll have to take a look at that. Bowelstreck. I'll add it to the list of people to look at. Nice name, though. Bowelstreck. Interesting name there. Oh, I see. He's a friend of the... looks like he's involved with Critical Drinker and all that, too. Interesting. Oh, yeah, these look unhinged. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll look at that another time. But yeah.
Here we go. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things superhero and, of course, science fiction.
He's
5 full volumes. So it's a lot of fun. Please sign up today. And thank you so much. Grab your books. Let me know what you think. All right.
So John DeLaRue, I should mention, years ago, back when I was still writing with CBR, he reached out privately to me to get me to review his comics for him on the site, which he ran independently. He tried to, I say groom, not in terms of like a groomer thing. I mean like groom as in like trying to develop me into a useful asset for himself. So just very bad. Anyway,
Disney Plus is releasing a new Spider-Man cartoon called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on January 29th. And the first trailer dropped from Marvel Entertainment. It shows a completely race-swapped supporting cast, including Harry and Norman Osborn as black men. After fans mostly praised X-Men 97, despite its woke activism, and yes, there was a lot of woke...
John DeLaRue hated X-Men 97. He tried to tell everyone that show was terrible. He has so many videos about X-Men 97 saying, oh, it's a homosexual agenda. They're trying to ruin everything. It's woke. People love X-Men 97. Generally speaking, it's a very well-liked series. And Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man seems to be following not exactly in that track, but doing pretty well. I think What If is the only Marvel animated show so far under the new direction that's gone. That's been underwhelming, I should say. User225, thank you, Super Chat. I don't know what woke even means with regards to Spider-Man. Didn't Stan Lee say it was a cool side effect that anyone thought they could be Spider-Man? Yes, 100%. It's a great line. I want to say from the Larry King interview with Stan Lee. Let me get that up real quick. Stan Lee, Larry King interview. Yeah, I think this was it right here. Let me get this up real quick. This right here is a great
Today
quote.
on Larry King Now, Marvel Comics legend Stan Lee.
This is a great video.
On what's to come from his characters on the silver screen. You said at Comic-Con.
Let me find where I can find this. I think it's around here somewhere.
And so are you, by the way.
Right here.
Yes, I rather think so, and I wish they'd all. If each of them sent me just $1, I'd be satisfied.
Right here, I think it is right here.
Yeah, I just don't hear that well,
And don't
I
see that
need
one.
big print to read it.
What's a historical event you most vividly remember?
Oh, I'm sure the time 9/11.
Yeah.
I don't think it was on here actually.
When Clark Kent took off his glasses, he became Superman. Why didn't they recognize him when he was Clark Kent?
I have joked about that at conventions so
It never
often.
made sense to me.
I say, "Hello, my name is Stan Lee." Oh, where did Stan go? Who's this fella now?
That's
I know,
crazy.
it's ridiculous. I
And
agree.
now that there are no phone booths, where does Clark Kent change?
I couldn't tell you because I haven't read any Superman stories in years. But
I don't think Larry King knows that Stan Lee didn't make Clark Kent. I forget if this is the actual interview. This might not be the right one. Oh, this is it. Sorry, wrong one.
it happened to be in the comic book line.
You wanted to be a serious writer. How did you get in the
They published mystery books, girly
No,
books,
no, this
sport
isn't it
books.
either. I forget if this is the right one or not. This is the one they say.
Today on Larry King Now, Marvel Comics legend Stan
This might not be the
Lee.
one. I'm trying to think if it's the right one. I thought this was the interview where he says that.
Have with my partner Gil Champion,
And how does-
we do our own things.
How does
But
Powell make money?
Of course it is. It was my idea.
What's this?
Oh, that's a tough question. And if I teach too many people,
I'm not sure if I can find it.
Any kid could imagine.
Oh, right here. This is perfect. This is it. This is right here. Sorry,
Phone
this is what I'm
booths.
looking for.
Where does Clark Kent change?
I couldn't tell you because I haven't read any Superman stories.
Right here.
Superman's outfit, his costume.
What?
He is completely
Right here. This is it.
covered. So any kid could imagine he's Spider-Man because no color of the skin shows. He could be black under that. He could be red. He could be yellow. He could belong to any race. And that
True.
wasn't done purposely. It was done accidentally. But I think it was the best thing we did, making him so that he could be anybody under that costume.
I never thought of that, but that's true. That's great.
It is.
That is one of the best things of Spider-Man. The original Spider-Man, because he's covered head to toe in the costume, he could be any race. Yes, we know he's Peter Parker because we know the comics, know the character, whatever. But a kid picking up Spider-Man for the first time, looking at that, the cover, he could be anyone. And you project yourself onto him. And that's one of the beautiful parts of Spider-Man. That's why Spider-Verse works so well. I think, anyway. So yeah, that's the quote right there. David Kovic, thank you, Super Chat. What DC villains do you think are underrepresented in the live-action movies and want to see? A few for me are Metallo, Hugo Strange, Scarecrow, and literally anyone in the Wonder Woman mythos. I think Cersei especially is a good example of that. I think one of the best villains from DC who has not had an appearance in live action in a very long time would be Poison Ivy. I think she's ever since Batman and Robin, it kind of poisoned the well. In terms of characters who never appeared, period, though, I mean, for a while I used to say that it was Black Manta, but then Aquaman did that twice, so that's no longer the case. I think, honestly, aside from Cersei, I think we need Gorilla Grodd. I really think Gorilla Grodd would be fun in live action. Hopefully James Gunn does that. Look at Clayface is coming. That'd be kind of cool. I think also Mongol would be good. Darkseid as an actual villain, not just a stand-in, would be fun. There's a lot of DC characters I think would be really fun to see in live action. Anyways, a few more super chats I want to get to before we go back to the video. Angels Art and Gaming, thank you for Super Chat. There's a lot of woke activism in X-Men 97. Yeah, same in the original comics and the original X-Men animated series. It's always been about activism. I would say it's almost always been about activism. That's true. I don't think the Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby original run was about activism, but when Chris Claremont took over the book became very easy to apply to activist discussion. Now, of course, not every X-Men story is about activism. I mean, there's very little of the Dark Phoenix arc or the Shi'ar Empire that you can apply to race relations or the ethnicities or LGBTQIA concepts. But I think that I do think that the X-Men is ever applicable to minority conversations, to the conversation of oppression, of the outsider, because the X-Men is immediately identifiable to anyone who exists outside the norm, who has to be cataloged, labeled, pressured. And I think it's one of the beautiful elements of the character. I think it's a great, the characters. I think it's a great concept. I think it's really beautiful how the X-Men remain such a relevant topic of discussion. And some are directly, I think the one thing with X-Men that bugs me sometimes is that the X-Men don't always, it's one thing with allegory is sometimes they can get away with not showing the actual representation on page. Whereas the X-Men, you got a whole bunch of people from all different walks of life. You got Canadians, I'm kidding. You got Russians and Canadians. You got Storm, who's one of the first really powerful black women in comics in terms of like a true power set. You got a lot of Asian rep. You got a lot of gay rep. You go with Iceman now being canonically gay. But even before that, North Star was one of the first major gay superheroes in comics. Because I'm bored, thank you for Super Chat. FMK, oh boy. Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Punk, and Norman Osborn, specifically from the Sam Raimi movies. Okay, I'm gonna kill Norman Osborn. I love Willem Dafoe, but not like that. Marry Spider-Punk because that sounds fun, and I would absolutely bang Miguel O'Hara. And that's what I'll go with. Anyway, let's go back to this real quick. I'm gonna keep this clip on handy because I feel like it'll come in handy later on, in case I have to reference it again. But let's keep going back to this.
Activism in it. It got completely ignored. it was really weird. There is a group of people that wants to believe these brands can recover so badly, and I get it. Everybody wants the nostalgia, everybody wants the feeling of what happened before to happen again. That
they want the brands to succeed. That's how you know John DeLaRue is looking at this from the wrong perspective. No one cares about the brand of Disney. They care about what the Disney Corporation can produce. No one ever goes, I really want Disney to do well. Unless you're a stockholder, in which case it's different. No, people don't want the brand of Marvel to succeed. They want the characters in Marvel to be in good stories. Saying they want the brand, it's so capitalistic in a weird kind of way. It's the fetishization of capitalism. The brand used to be so good. No one likes the brand. They like the characters. They want Spider-Man to be good. They don't want Marvel Comics, a subsidiary of Disney Corporation, to do well. They want Spider-Man to do well. They want Captain America in a good movie. They want the Avengers to show up. They don't want LLCs and business degree people to go, oh yes, the brand is it's trending well in the coming days. Searchability is up and all that. No one wants that. They want the characters to be in good stories. Nick Wolf, thank you for Super Chat. Looking at the article, equity? Did he mean equality? Wait, why did he say equity? Hang on. Why did he say equity? Oh, they put diversity, equity, and inclusion into overdrive with the launch of the recent trailer. Oh my goodness. John DeLaRue's. It's always funny how many... Now granted, typos happen. That's fair. I won't fault him too much for that. I've made typos before. The Guy, thank you for Super Chat. Counterpoint, Disney adults. Okay, that's a fair point. Disney adults that's a thing. Okay, I'll grant you that. Anyway, let's get back to this. I just think that John DeLaRue's perspective on this is ass backwards.
Will completely ignore certain woke things. It go, it's not that woke. And then they get really mad at you. And I had a lot of people mad at me in the comments for being like, hey, they made Morph gay with Wolverine. That's pretty weird. And the showrunner's a weird gay activist, and and he hates you.
Again, and this is something that Shad did too. I don't want to bring Shad into this because it's not relevant, but it's something that a lot of these right-wing people do a lot. They'll call someone a gay activist as opposed to just a gay man, you know? And again, I'm not going to defend the showrunner of X-Men 97 because I'm pretty sure he is he sexually harassed almost all of his staff, and deserved to be fired from what I understand. But even so, it's like, it's not about him hating anyone. He just made a character. Like, and also, is Morph gay if he's non-binary? I would say no. That wouldn't make sense. The problem is that John DeLaRue is saying, "Oh, they hate you. They despise you." Like, well, what are you talking about? He thinks that because gay people exist, they hate everyone else the way that he hates them. But John DeLaRue hates gay people, which is awful. Morph is totally fun. Morph is a shapeshifter who does not identify with one gender. Of course Morph doesn't. They're a shapeshifter, you know? It's like they're always changing their shape. But again, the problem here is that we've watched Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, like, I think collectively, right? Nothing in it is as socially progressive as X-Men 97. At all. What they want to do is dehumanize people into an us versus them mentality so that they being the LGBTQI community, they being racial diverse people of color, that they can be the outsider. They're the enemy invading the brand and attacking the sanctity of the brand. It's so disingenuous. Anyway, let's keep going here. Oh, Nick Wolf, thanks for chat. Morph and Logan were always gay for each other. Yeah, back to the first season of X-Men for the 90s, the animated series. I was watching with my spouse who had never seen the X-Men show when she was growing up, and the whole time it's like, yeah, this is really gay actually. Yeah, it was for the time anyway.
What's going on, guys? And of course, the first couple of episodes of X-Men 97 were about like an anti-MAGA thing too. It was very clear, and so that's what they did with this. This Spider-Man looks even worse. I don't think anybody's going to fight me on this one. Because it's so over the top with the casting. It's like, hey, instead of doing...
I would say this version of Spider-Man is less progressive than X-Men 97, but go off. Let's see what you have to say.
I guess...
Because I'm bored, thank you, Super Chat. Did they ever give a reason Morph changed his OG form from a guy to a white goo man? No, they never really did. They just kind of... But then again, the X-Men series would sometimes just change characters' designs and not really give much of an explanation. I think it's just now Morph's chosen form is now that. I don't really know. Angels Art and Gaming, thank you, Super Chat. Let Logan be gay, cowards. Well, I mean, I want to see them do the alternate version of Logan where he's like in a relationship with Hercules. That'd be kind of fun. Blow their minds, certainly. Yeah, so John DeLaRue is very MAGA. He's very MAGA. So we're going off at the extreme end of the pool to start with, but we won't stay with John DeLaRue exclusively. We're going to see a few other opinions too.
They got in the boardroom and they're like, okay, so we usually should race swap one person so they're black at this point, and we've done it with the Spider-Man movies with Zendaya being MJ, and now we're moving on. What do we want to do?
I love how they talk about this like this is a big deal, but then forget about all the other changes they've made over the years. Also, Zendaya was not race swapped. Michelle Jones is a different character than Mary Jane Watson. It's a variant. It's a universal variant. So, nothing at all connected there. Drac69, love that username. Thank you for the super chat. Not sure if this was a hot take or not, but Morph was pretty fun in 97. Not a hot take at all. I agree. Morph was fantastic in X-Men 97. I thought Morph was a lot of fun, and I would like to see more of Morph in the next season of X-Men 97. Wisdom Spirit 7, thank you, Super Chat. As the Birdman pointed out, these people love dehumanizing character, actors, writers, and directors by saying they're pawns in a scheme against whites. Oh, 100%. I love what the Birdman's doing with his exposing the grift kind of thing. Because, yeah, these people are trying to make you turn against different actors, different writers, because all they got to do is say this. The moment they take away the humanity of the person they're talking about, they're gone. You can say whatever you want to a person who doesn't really exist, because, hey, that's just how it is. King Cyrus the Great, thank you, Super Chat. Wolverine Imo being indigenous makes sense to me. Like him being from one of the indigenous tribes in Canada. Yeah, that makes sense too. I would love to see that being canonized. I think it's a cool idea. David Deister, thank you for Super Chat. You should see a video by the name of Troyoboyo17, who pitches an animated Spidey show in his review of the first two. I have seen that review. That's actually on the agenda for tonight. I will be looking at Troyo's video and discussing his pitch. I'm going to skip to the pitch part of that video because he spends a lot of time talking about like alternate ideas he might have, but I do want to talk about that too because that's part of the reaction. Nick Wolf, thank you for the Super Chat. Let Hugh Jackman and Brett Goldstein kiss, MCU. Yeah, 100%. Let them. Let's keep going with us.
Let's do Harry Osborn. Well, then we have to make Norman Osborn black too. Okay, let's do something different this time, guys. People are pushing back against this woke stuff. It's time to do even more. Let's make everybody black. That seems to be what happened.
But they don't make everyone black. They have Tombstone as a black man. They have Norman and Harry as black men. And nobody else was race swapped. Hell, Tombstone wasn't race swapped either. He's a black person in the comics too. He's just an albino.
At the Disney boardroom as this goes along right now. Now, it is doing pretty well trailer-wise, like with likes and dislikes. I'm actually a little bit surprised.
Are you?
Because I thought there'd be a little bit more pushback on this. And
so that's the thing right there. He's surprised that there's pushback to this. Because to him, he expects everything to be like in his worldview. But people watch something, and they think, oh, that looks cool. And then they watch it. He is... Now, again, this like-dislike thing, it's actually not accurate. It's not a very accurate measurement at all. People have told... I've seen people who are YouTubers who have been told the like-to-dislike ratio, and they find out, hey, that's kind of off, actually. I've seen it with my videos, too, where people say, oh, the dislikes are so high. I'm like, well, how many say they are? And I'll screen cap what the actual current number is on the back end, and it's usually off by 1,000 or 2,000 dislikes. Anyway. Spectacular... So, Roxana Nava... Spectacular Spider-Man did a lot of race swaps. Nobody cried about that cried back then. Yeah, 100%. And very few people cared about the Jamie Foxx's Electro thing, too. Which something else will come up as well. I do want to bring up a certain other YouTuber as well I want to bring up. But let me cue that up while we're doing this.
So far, like, a lot of likes, not so many dislikes on it. And it's got a lot of views, almost 450,000 in 2 hours. But I think a lot of people... haven't noticed the race swap yet. They've got their typical audience who's still there at this point versus everybody else. But I got into this, and it's really weird. So I go in, and here's Peter Parker's high school. There's a body-positive, large black lady who's, a head taller than him. Maybe
Hang
trans.
on, what? Body-positive... Wait, what? Hang on, what?
And here's Peter Parker's high school. There's a body-positive, large black lady who's, head tall.
So in the show, you find out she's just 4 years older than Peter Parker. Peter Parker is 15. She's 18. Oh, 3 years older. Well, he's 14, and she's 18. So it's a 4-year difference. But large? She's thin. I see Chloe. I see this comment there. Yeah, no, or big beautiful woman woke now. No, but she's not big. She's just tall. She's just tall. She's not even like heavy set. She's like just as thin as the other female characters. Like what? What? She's not even normal size. She's thin. What? What? What the hell, man? Yeah, seriously. This is ridiculous. Nico is bigger than her in terms of like, oh my god.
Taller than him. maybe trans. I don't know.
Maybe Oh, John, you really missed the fucking mark on this one. Holy fuck. Because I'm bored, thank you for the super chat. Any comments on the whole black superheroes are always electric thing? Also, the CGI in this is nothing compared to the Rob Zombie cartoon. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. There's a few black superheroes who do not have electric powers, but some definitely do. Angel Arts and Gaming. All my friends are body positive now. I'm 5 foot. Yeah, right? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. This was worse than I thought. I should have really screened this first. Oh my god. I saw the thumbnail and knew I had to click on these. What? Oh god, John. Who hurt you? Like why do tall women scare you so much? Is it because you beat up your wife and kid? Is that why, John? Because you abused your household? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, John Delarose is a wife beater, and I will never not mention that because he's a terrible person. And it's not me accusing him. It's in the public record. There was a police report filed about it.
And then there's another like Indian-ish looking lady, probably here from a H-1B visa. That's a hot topic right now. And then you got your like blue-haired tips Asian they-them lady also.
You mean Nico from The Runaways, who is a well-established character for the last 20 years who's been adapted to a 3-season TV show? John, I thought you were supposed to be a critic of comic book stuff. Oh, by the way, Nico is the only person in this shot who's actually canonically not straight. That's the only LGBT person in this shot so far. Oh my god. Zorku, thank you for super chat. Tall woman, probably trans. My man hates tall women. He's a complete coward. Agreed. He is a wimp. He would never make it through the Resident Evil fan art the way I did. What was that? Did I say something? I don't think I said something. I think I just keep hearing things. No. So we can confirm he's a wimp. But yeah, of all the things to skip over, he misses Nico, who is a well-known character in canon. Like, seriously. Nick Wolf, thank you for super chat. We've gone from mask off to cutting off your face and wearing it like a mask, a la the Joker, New 52. This is the most insecure man in the universe. Oh, and I'm always... Here's the thing. In the vast hierarchy of people I've criticized online, Lily Orchard... Look, Lily Orchard has problems. I'm not going to bring her up every week she says something. Shadiversity. Have my spat with them. I don't feel strongly enough to continue it. John Delarose I will always criticize because John Delarose is a resource of bad takes. He is someone who spews and spreads the bad. Also, thank you so much, Shark Jumping Walrus. Thank you for gifting so many memberships. I will be posting a link to Discord in the members tab at the end of the stream. Join us there. Thank you so much. You can all join my Discord and hope you enjoy it there. You can get there with one payment of a membership, and even if you don't continue being a member, I won't kick you out because I'm too lazy to do so. And you're welcome there. But yeah, no, this is actually terrible. This is actual trash, and I hate this. Has the Birdman covered John Delarose yet? I don't know if he has, but I do know that Pillar of Garbage has in his grift videos. So that's all neat. But I knew who John Delarose was for years beforehand, for other reasons. Wait, the HB1 visa. Wait, hang on. What was that HB1 visa? I think I was still caught up with the tall lady. Did he say something else?
And then you got your like, and then there's another like Indian-ish looking lady, probably here from a H-1B visa. That's a pot.
Oh, fuck you, dude. What an asshole.
Right, and then you got your like blue-haired tips Asian.
SMJ Jath, thank you for Jata, thank you super chat. His commentary is so vapid, he has to resort to the laziest form of engagement, political reference humor. Yeah, he's got nothing else. Rafael Castro, thank you welcome as a member. Yeah, no, this is terrible.
And they-them lady.
And he's based this all off screenshots.
This is Peter Parker's supporting cast, so they don't mention it in the trailers. You don't know who.
This is not a supporting member of the cast. She's just here. The Guy 493, thank you super chat. I fully expect Disney to bend the knee. These idiots going forward, considering the last few weeks. Yeah, I think to an extent, but Disney also recognizes that from a marketing standpoint, diversity does sell. Disney has always known that by selling, at the very least, racial diversity, it sells quite well. Angels Art and Gaming just realized we need one more for Marvel Rivals. Play Squirrel Girl. She's me for real, for real. I love her. Yes. So after we finish with these videos, I will be playing Marvel Rivals, and that'd be fun. Have a little fun there. Let's keep going. Yeah, that's a background character. That's all it is. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. So let's keep going.
Who's yet, but somebody's probably going to be MJ here. Somebody's probably going to be Gwen Stacy. One of them at least. Maybe they have another MJ and Gwen Stacy in here, and it's not the case.
No, that's Nico from the Runaways. Like, it's obviously Nico. Like, the moment I saw the cast, I knew that was Nico because it looks like Nico. If you've ever read a comic, John Delarose, you'd know that's Nico from the Runaways, or played Midnight Suns, which is also a really good game too. Might do that on stream at some point.
Or maybe they don't have them at all. But this is what they're doing with the supporting cast right away. Next up is a shot of their classroom where he's got a black teacher, too. Now you're just starting to see this little trend. There's no white people except for Peter. What happened to them all? Where did they go?
There's plenty of white people, like MJ, like Aunt May, or Dr. Octopus. Again, the thing is, this takes place in the inner city. It takes place in Queens. Not inner city, it takes place in Queens, which is a primarily very racially diverse area of New York City. Dashing Char, thank you for Super Chat. I regretfully know a right-wing grifter IRL. These people aren't fans of anything. They just parachute into whatever fandom they think they can mill content from. Oh yeah, 100%. These people aren't fans of anything. They just want to just grift. That's what it comes down to. Also, a black teacher exists. Okay. Adrian Parchment, thank you Super Chat. Anthony G is clearly Reed Richards the maker. Yes, that's when my head extends back a full solid foot behind my neck, behind my back. The maker. Maker's a great villain too. Anyway, back to this.
It's really, really weird. So naturally, Norman Osborn is revealed as the sinister guy, and here he's helping Peter Parker. Peter Parker starts out with this like really funky costume. It's kind of like a halfway Scarlet Spider one. You remember the sweater, the sweatshirt?
Do you remember the Scarlet Spider outfit? I don't know. Do I? Let's find out. Back to this.
They had to make Ben Reilly look edgy in the 90s. A little bit like that. And, you know, they're going with Peter Parker can't make a costume himself. If that's any good. He just has to do it like this. And, of course, kind of scales back.
Paige Lego, thank you for Super Chat. I love when you can tell a dude's brain is just a Mad Libs of reactionary buzzwords. Yeah, 100%. Just that's all it is.
Back the character from what he was originally, right? As usual. It is a dumb design. They comment on how it's a dumb design, right? And so it's meant to be that way. And then Norman Osborn like hooks up with him, and he gets this like new white spider suit that like looks like it's all tech oriented and the like. So obviously Norman's gonna.
You mean the Future Foundation suit? You mean the Future Foundation suit from the comics? From the Future Foundation? That one? That suit, John?
Try to control him. At first, there's going to be a conflict there. That seems to be what the series is leaning towards as a plot line. But the wokeness is absolutely crazy. Norman Osborn, as you can see, another black man. I mean, how many? Again, they're like 13% of the population.
So the one black kid there who is in the photo you scroll past is Tombstone, who is black in the comics. You would know this, John, if you ever read the comics and actually knew who these people were before you started making assumptions. They told us who the characters were months ago, if not years ago, when they first announced this show as Spider-Man freshman year back in the day.
Every single person black. There's like one Asian. I mean, if you want to be
one Asian
realistic, I mean, wouldn't you have more Asians? I don't know. But Asians are not.
Nico's Asian. You dumb person.
Something they really want to promote too much. It's all about. I mean, it's very weird. But this is Disney Plus. This is Spider-Man now.
Also, India is a country in Asia. You mentioned Indian, so you dumbass.
Completely removed the cast. Now I've gone to the Wikipedia. There is an Aunt May, so apparently there are two white people in the show. And if you look at it, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You can find a little bit about it here. We've got a few characters coming in. You got Norman Osborn, we've seen, right? Of course, the CEO of Oscorp is Peter Parker, and Man in the Chair is his mentor, right? And this has been done in some iterations of Spider-Man already. We got Lonnie Lincoln as one of the characters here.
Yeah, Tombstone.
Who is Tombstone, okay. And it looks like he's going to be played by Eugene Bird. I don't know who that is. 8 Mile, I'm going to guess he's black on top of this, right?
Tombstone is black, you idiot. He has albinoism. It's a black character in the comics and in the show. He just has albinoism. He was played by Keith David in the fucking Spectacular Spider-Man. You didn't have a problem with it then, you dumb shit.
Grace Song? Okay. Oh, so the Asian lady is Grace Song. So there's no MJ, Peter Parker's best friend. That's the Asian lady. We got Harry Osborn.
No, it's Nico Minori. Nico from The Runaways. Grace Song is the actress. Oh my God. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. Paige Lego. This guy would lose his mind watching Moon Girl on the Lower East Side of New York City. Yeah, 100%. Oh, he has. He has lost his mind watching that too. Nick Wolf. I'm still hung up on the tall lady comment. Oh, me too. Me too. Also, Daredevil and Doctor Strange are both in this. So that's multiple major white people.
Black. Otto Octavius. I guess, okay, the white guy's going to be the bad guy. At least Charlie he's going to make a Daredevil appearance, which is kind of cool, I guess, if you like the old Daredevil stuff. You got May Parker and Bentley Whitman. Here we go. Bentley Whitman is a different character, the Wizard, who's going to be in here.
Who has so far appeared in the show.
Very, very weird. Maybe no MJ at all. Maybe they just completely are erasing her, just like they like to do in the comics at this point. I mean,
it's a different interpretation of the character. No MJ, no Gwen Stacy, no Felicia Hardy. It's a different interpretation of the character. It's not a conspiracy. It's just switching up the cast. Originally, they're going to do Jessica Jones instead of Nico. I think they made the right choice with Nico, though. I think Nico's more interesting.
That's what they do. If you've been reading the comics, they don't want Peter.
That's not true. I think Jessica Jones is very interesting, but I think Nico is the more interesting choice since it's unusual for that kind of world. Jessica Jones is very street level, and that makes sense for that. But anyway, I know Jessica Jones actually was a classmate of Peter Parker's in the original comics. I like how they're changing it up a little more. And yeah, he's very dismissive of Daredevil. And of course, he glosses over that Vincent D'Onofrio's in this show, which means Kingpin will show up at some point. So that's a factor as well.
MJ, they have him with a different personality every single time. It's very, very weird. Now, the worst part of all this is going to be Harry Osborn. Now, I showed it at the top. This was how they unveiled it in pictures right here. You didn't really see Harry. You kind of saw like this weird, he's got the Osborn-y hair there. And then he's got the earring. But when you get up to him right here, this is a funky design. Like this animation is just awful.
First off, it's a still. You're not showing what the animation is like. But animation's not the best. I will give you that. But it's not funky. He's wearing a green suit. Again, both Osborns are wearing green, like a certain goblin color, one might argue. But also, he has earrings and a man bun. And he's like a little poshy looking. That's it. Because he's a rich boy. The character design informs exactly what the character's going to be like. But I'm sure John DeLaRue is going to say he looks gay or something. We'll find out. Or trans, because because apparently tall women are trans and apparently men who wear earrings and have like suits are trans, apparently.
I mean, whoever approved this is insane.
What's wrong about it?
Because his little haircut has this like you'd call it a man bun at first, but it's so feminine. It actually looks like a female bun.
It's curly hair and it's a bun. What's really weird about that? What's feminine about it? It just happens to be he's scratching the back of his head, the bun's on the top of the head. That's it. It's not that unusual of a hairstyle. I've seen hundreds of people have this.
Then he's got like these drawn on eyebrows that like the women do after they shave their eyebrows.
He has thick eyebrows. It's not drawn on, it's just stylized. All the characters have eyebrows like that in the show. They all have those like hyper stylized looking facial features and eyebrows.
Off and then draw them on. I never understood why do women do that? Does anybody know? It's really ugly, I think. Sorry about that if you're a woman who's done that, but I just call it like it is. He's got like
you're just an asshole is what you are, but okay.
Asian-ish eyes, like maybe he's a mixed race, like half Asian, half black. But you can see, like, with his earrings and his shape here and his lips, like pouty big lips, like it's like either this is a racist characterization of black people. Did they do that with him? Yeah, I guess he's got a little bit of that. But they're very feminine looking here, too. It's like he's a they, them. So,
John, have you ever seen a human being before? This is the dumbest fucking review. Zorku, thank you for Super Chat. He sounds like the guy who'd be mad Blade is black. Yeah, he would be, wouldn't he? Paige Lego, thank you for Super Chat. If he can't have this version of Spider-Man, what will be left? Only 7 other films and 9 of the TV shows. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, dude, have you ever seen a black person? Genuinely. This is just a normal looking, this is like a normal design. There's nothing unusual here. He has full lips, he has a man bun, he has thick eyebrows, and he has almond eyes, is the term I think you'd use, almond-shaped eyes. That is such a non-issue.
So this is what I'm thinking is happening with their. I think they're turning Harry Osborn into like some effeminate, like sort of like they them type of character in this, and they'll probably this is how they do things now. They're not going to actually be like my gender is they them. Like he's probably not going to actually outright say it. He's just going to act it, and that way they're trying to corrupt the youth and actually get them into these lifestyles. That's what it's all about now.
Is Harry Osborn's man bun going to corrupt the youth? Find out at 6.
They think they can push back and still do it, but be less overt about it. They're actually going to be more subtle. This is not that subtle, but for a little kid it is, right? But it's something like this is awful. I really don't know.
Comet Z, thank you, chat. I don't know, John. Maybe you should ask your wife. Oh wait, yeah, he can't because his wife has a restraining order against him after he beat her, which is a thing he did. I want to repeat that. John Delarose is a wife beater and has a restraining order against his children and his wife that's police signed. No, sorry, his wife can have a restraining order against him. I should mention that right now. That's a key element to mention. This man is a terrible person. I have no problem making fun of them, unlike other people, because I know for a fact he has a police report and he's a terrible person. He's an awful, awful human being. Like, this man is just vile. Anyway, Dashing Char, thanks for Super Chat. John, shut up and kiss Harry already. Yeah, right? It seems like, these full, luscious lips. And that bun, I don't know how I feel about this. Paige Lego, thanks for Super Chat. Sorry, ladies. I call it like I see it. The most maidenless man you've ever seen. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no. So this was his video a month out. Let's see what he said when the show came out, though. Because he's made 1, 2, 3 videos in the last week about Spider-Man. Apparently, John Delarose thought that the woke comment was a lie to audiences. Okay. Fans rejected Black Harry Osborn and director defends your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But I want to see his most recent one because I feel this is the one that's going to be interesting to discuss because John Delarose is a monster. After this, I want to have a few discussions. I do want to mention Troyo's pitch for a Spider-Man cartoon because that would be interesting. And then we'll play some Marvel Rivals after that.
It gets even worse for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yes, they've race and gender swapped the Lizard. I can't believe how they've pushed the woke agenda this far, especially after they had the gall to have the actor go out a day before this came out on Disney Plus and say, it's not woke and annoying. It is.
So John Delarose thinks it's a conspiracy theory. The kid says something stupid. He's a kid's my age, the voice actor. The voice actor says something dumb. Okay.
The most woke and annoying product I've ever seen Disney produce for Marvel. It's crazy. And
this show isn't even that progressive. Like, compared to, like, X-Men 97, which directly discussed issues of race, sexuality, identity, and oppression. This is, like, so manipulative. Oh, it's the most woke thing Disney's ever done. Since the last 15 things I said were the most woke things Disney ever did. Like, compare this to any number of shows. The Acolyte, Falcon Winter Soldier, again, X-Men 97, Agatha All Along, Echo, That's another example. All of them way more progressive and way more focused on ideas and ideology. None of them were particularly super, except for X-Men 97, none of them were super political. But hey, it was more political than Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. She-Hulk. Oh yeah, She-Hulk especially. Ms. Marvel. The Marvels. Captain Marvel. Way more progressive than Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Paige Lego. They're making the frickin' lizards girls. I tried to do an Alex Jones. I couldn't do it. They're making the lizards gay. Also, here's the thing. It's an alternate universe version of Spider-Man. As we saw with Into the Spider-Verse, female Doc Ock. They have a version of all these alternate versions of the characters. These variants are different. It's like he got so ass mad about... Well, no, he didn't. No, that's not true. That's not true. You cannot confuse John DeLaRue's grift for the genuine anger you get in people like Shadiversity. Because it's all fake. This is all artificial. He does not really care about this stuff. He's seeing it as a way to exploit the system for a quick buck.
Spider-Man fans are rejecting this at a rapid rate as word's getting out now. Disney tried to shill this really, really hard, and it's failing on them. And we'll get into this news in just a moment. Smash that like and subscribe button, everybody. Join us here as we talk about all things in pop culture. I'm a big, big Spider-Man fan. If you guys do not know, I am a...
You're a big, big Spider-Man fan, which is why you didn't know who Tombstone was. And you didn't know Tombstone was black.
Avid reader of Steve Ditko, the original Spider-Man creator. And, of course, I have been covering and paying attention to Spider-Man.
Interesting. Steve Ditko, the original Spider-Man creator. Even though Stan Lee and Steve Ditko cite themselves as co-creators of the work. That's what you say, huh? You're a big fan of Steve Ditko. What did you read from Steve Ditko? The Question? You Question fan? He only worked on Spider-Man for about 33 issues, John. So, what issues did you read? Blue Baron, thank you for Super Chat. These grifters are unbelievable. Keep up the good work. Yeah, 100%. This guy's ridiculous.
Spider-Man since I've been a kid. And so it really, really bothers me to see this kind of stuff quite a bit. I'm writing up articles here along with my co-editor-in-chief, John Trent, on Fandom Pulse, guys. So please sign up. This is on Substack every morning.
So, again, he's putting John Trent's name front and center, but really he's the architect. So, what John DeLaRue is doing is very insidious. He's putting his editor as the face of the writer, as the author, but really it's John DeLaRue's. He's the one who's really managing this site. So it's one of those things where he's taking credit for it in the video, but if you were just someone else were to quote it in a video, like say Shadiversity quoting the Fandom Pulse article about James Gunn saying something about fascism, you would look for John Trent and you get lost. I know Westside Tyler got lost trying to find the actual source for this article. It's all John DeLaRue's. All of Fandom Pulse is John DeLaRue's. And he puts other people's faces in front of his own to buffer the fact that he's the one in charge of it. But when you go to his channel, he'll tell you outright. So he's not lying, but he is omitting a few details in the front of the page. Okay. C-Nymph, thank you for the super chat. There are plenty of reasons to criticize Spider-Man as a whole, and they go for non-issues because it's an easy profit. These people are so unserious. Willing to bet he also thinks Miles isn't Spider-Man. Okay, so you missed this before. He did say that, actually, before. He started off basically saying how terrible Miles Morales was at the top of the video. Top of the previous video. He didn't say Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man in that quote, but I've seen him push the nerdrotic kind of trolling before as well. Which, again, you get money off Twitter, so that's why they did it. Gavin Carrot, thanks for the super chat. People complaining about mere race swapping can't imagine the reactions to my Spider-Man show, which involves Uncle Ben living, quote-unquote, ... No, I'd like to hear more of that. Because I'm bored, what's his beef with Stan Lee? I have no idea. Nothing John DeLaRue says makes any sense, so don't waste your time thinking about it too hard. But I do want to hear what he's saying here because even though it's a grift, let's make fun of it. Let's criticize it. Let's break it down to see why it's a grift and why it's not that good.
We have a bunch of awesome articles for you, more than actually I can cover on YouTube. And
Again,
I'd love for you to support us.
He is promoting himself.
Sign up today.
It's
in the
all
description
a grift.
below. I've also
sale.
got links to my books, newsletter, and the like for you to sign up as well. Thank you so much for being here and growing this YouTube channel. Marvel race and gender swapped the character The Lizard, a.k.a. Dr. Kurt Connors, on its recently released Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Disney Plus show. If you didn't see my review of the first episode yesterday, it's a complete train wreck. Just a jumbled mess of a plot. Doesn't focus on Peter Parker and Spider-Man. It follows all these weird, diverse minority counterparts who are going out there and trying to be Peter's friends or Peter's love interests, whatever. All the women look like weird transgender people, except for this one. This is like the only one that doesn't.
All the women look like weird transgender. Okay, you know what? I gotta hear what your review was. All right, let's see this.
I watched Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, my friends, and oh my gosh, I can't believe this. It is so bad. I wasn't even prepared for it. And naturally, it's got a 100% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Something smells fishy here.
And fans like it
friends.
too.
And when you saw yesterday that this actor went out there and said, "It's not woke. I was afraid it was going to be woke, but it's really well written." You kind of knew that Disney's just doing a marketing job real quick because everybody knows this woke. They're trying to sweep for it right now in the access media. Absolutely crazy. We're going to get into this in just a moment. I watched it so you don't have to. So painful. It was I don't even know where to start. It's very, very black. Let's just.
It's painful because it's black. That's a fucking weird thing to say, but let's hear what you have to say about that.
News sites out there
Trying to
already.
sell his
really
shit.
appreciate it. We have Repent T-shirts, which are just awesome, simple stuff. I'm going to rock
You know,
this
2 minutes
myself.
in, you
I usually don't explain jokes, but I will explain it to you because it's a lot of fun. So grab these right here. We do have women's versions of the T-shirts. So much for supporting us. This is
2.5 minutes. He's pitching the video and selling his shirts.
a great way to support fandom.
That's not usually a bad sign. My videos have a lot of preamble too, but they usually, 40 minutes of 2 minutes against 40 minutes. His is 2.5 minutes against 11 minutes. So about a fifth of the video is just marketing.
Pulse in addition to subscribing here. And thank you again for being here and making us able to do this full time without advertisers. It's awesome. All right, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has premiered, and it is released with a suspicious 100% Rotten Tomatoes score after actor Hudson Thames declared the Disney Plus show was not going to be woke, my friends. Despite it featuring a mostly race-swapped supporting cast for Peter Parker.
No, they're not mostly race-swapped. Nico Minori and Tombstone were always black and Asian. Nico Minori is Asian in the comics too. Tombstone is black in the comics too. He just happens to have albinoism. That's why he looks white, but he's actually African American. Race swapped. John, if you're gonna be a fake fan about it, don't try to tell comic book fans about that, okay? The only characters who are race swapped are the Osborns and Curtis Connors, who's also gender swapped. And that's it. Everyone else is the same. They're not race swapped. Unless you think Amadeus Cho is race swapped as Asian, who's also in the show apparently, which is cool.
Which is worse than I even thought initially. Rotten Tomatoes, of course, has a reputation for compiling critic scores that do Disney's bidding, famously inflating opinions on the site to make it seem like current Marvel and Star Wars slop is somehow brilliant. In 2024, Star Wars The Acolyte famously ended with a 78% critic score, while audiences had the show at just 19%. What a discrepancy. And this is all.
So, again, here's the problem with that, though, John. That percentage is just positive. So if it's over 60%, it counts as a plus. If it's under 60%, it's a negative. So basically, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4, sometimes. So basically, if you have a 5-star system, 5, 4, and 3 stars all count as a tomato, whereas 2 and 1 count as a rotten tomato. So basically, it's a 3 and up a plus, 2 and 1 a minus. So even if it was straight 3s, it would still be 100%. That's what that means. That's why you have to be a little critical when looking at the Rotten Tomato score. That's something you got to keep in mind. The Snatcher. What character do you want to see in Marvel Rivals? For me, I saw Spectacular Spider-Man and Green Goblin. I want to see Green Goblin. I want to see Green Goblin as a tank in the air. I want to see that. But also a non-Spider-Man option. I really want to see more villains. In general, the game needs more villains. I want to see Ultron introduced. I know he's coming. Can't wait for Ultron. I really want to see Doom playable. I would also love to see, in terms of villains. I think, honestly, the Sandman would be a lot of fun, too. Anyway.
Already starting here. The initial score for Rotten Tomatoes for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man dropped at a whopping 100%. This is great. Wakanda forever. Yeah, stick it to the man. That's right.
What does Wakanda... never mind. You're a racist asshole.
Right.
That's probably why.
And you can see the audience score was at 76% when I took this screenshot for the article. Let's actually check it now. Your Friendly... let's see, Neighborhood and Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what if it's remained at 7. Oh, already down to 75%. People are starting to watch this show, and they know it's a disaster. Well, I watched it, so you don't have to, my friends.
Let's see what it's at right now. Actually, let's see what it's at right now. Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, yeah, it's more about what I expect. So right now, the current score is 63%, about what I expected, and 97% of critics. But I suspect a lot of it is just outright responding and kind of bombing a bit. All audiences. Let's see what we limit down to. So top critics, all critics. So top critics, it's 100%, but there's only 5. Keep in mind this. It's a 5% out of all that. The average rating for critics is 8.4 out of 10. All critics is 1 negative. But I want you to take a look at the number here. 33. 33 critics percent posted it. Zorku, thank you for Super Chat. It went down by 10%. The sheeple are awakening. Yeah, exactly. Guillermo, thank you for Super Chat. F it. Just make Connors one of those lizards that are all lesbians. Yeah. Good, go for it. I want to see all the lesbians in that show. But yeah, no. I'm trying to see if they have any user reviews or... Can you not read the reviews? What is with this site now? Come on, give me the reviews. I want to just read the reviews. How do you... All audiences. Okay, I want to see what the reviews are. Man, this site's weird. It no longer makes any sense. Where to watch it? Okay. Now, how do I details? Here we go. 500 reviews. Let's take a look at some reviews for this show. Stunning. Can't read that. Can't read that. Only super woke. Okay, we're seeing the quality the reviews are. Can't read that. Best Spider-Man years. W show. The show's probably the better shows put out. Love that Steve Ditko feels from early on the comics. Okay, she likes that. She like that. He has Steve Ditko vibe. I really don't like the animation. The show is really boring. Changing Spider-Man's origin is a really bad decision. Uncle Ben's death is what motivated Peter to use his powers for good. In this version, Ben is already deceased before Peter gets bitten by the interdimensional bug. Yeah, who knows what other terrible creative decisions have been made. I won't, because I won't be watching episode 2. Okay, so they dropped it after episode 1. That's their initiative. I wouldn't say it's outright awful, but with no many, I guess so many, choose much bad. Cancel the show and give us Spider-Man 98. Again, a lot of people want the 90s Spider-Man back, which is valid. I can't argue with you on that one. It looks like mixed. Some people really hate it. If you don't mind they changed everything except for Spider-Man, then, or have no idea who the characters usually are, you might enjoy this. First 2 episodes decent enough, but but odd choices were made. 1.5 stars. So people tend to express very hyperbolic statements, either all good, all bad. That's what I expected. Nothing too unusual. That's kind of what I expected from the show. Some people just bombing it with super woke, but most of this is pretty positive from what I can see. And a lot of generic stuff. See it for yourself. Don't trust my rating. Okay. A lot of foreign, different languages here. I can't really tell that. Yeah, again, it's changing characters to the point where it no longer resemble them. Doesn't make your show good. It's lame. Would it really change? You won't specify. Again, a lot of Portuguese people do not like this. If that's what it is, which is interesting. Why couldn't they make a faithful adaptation? Characters are not right, as they have decided to do more swapping and bending. They couldn't even get the origin right, correct? Nor did they really try. Bring back X-Men garbage show waste by time. So a lot of people are just putting in bad, or they're trying to offset the motion here. And again, some of the people complain about the animation, which is a valid critique. I don't like the animation all that much either. I think it's really stiff, but I like the character designs and I like what they're doing with it in general. Baichi Epiodera, thank you for 6 months. What have I missed in the 1.5 hours? Dumb. Yeah, you didn't miss too much. You missed, like, ridiculousness. But again, Rotten Tomatoes is not a scale of quality. The average opinion is the average opinion. And online metrics like this usually are weighed by whoever is most interested in what Rotten Tomatoes has to say. I can't think of the last time I left any scores on Rotten Tomatoes, so not really much of a value.
This is where it all starts out. So you got Peter Parker. He's going to this genius school. And he's got accepted to Midtown High, which is a school for geniuses. And shockingly, pretty much everybody but him is a BIPOC, black indigenous person of color. Yay! Very, very odd that this exists. And if you watch this show and just watch the background of it.
How's it odd? It's New York. You ever go to New York, John? I've been to New York. A lot of black people. Maybe you haven't gone there in a while, John. There's a lot of people of different ethnicities in New York City. It's not that shocking. It's exactly what I expect, actually.
The show, you would think that like America is a 80 to 90% black country. It's very weird. We are in Wakanda here, I guess.
Are you calling New York City Wakanda? John, when was the last time you went to New York City? I can tell you when I went because it's fairly recent. There we go. Oh, the tea is out now. She's a tall lady, and listen, John, New York City is a place where people who are different exist. Yeah, Baichi Epiodera, thank you for Super Chat. Nico Minoru is Japanese, John, and amazing. Yeah, Nico's amazing. Also, the question before about what Marvel Rivals character I want to see. I want to see Nico. Nico's fantastic. Underrated, too. The Runaway should get some representation in Marvel Rivals, just saying.
But hey, you know, it's a multiverse. Doctor Strange actually appears at the school as Peter's going for his first day. He like goes through a portal. There's like a venom creature monster there, and it drops like a weird spider that bites Peter Parker rather than the normal origin. So they changed the origin in a stupid way to accommodate what they've got going here. They flash forward to several months later, and now...
Well, what's bad about the origin? It's different, undeniable. I'll give you that. It's very different. But what's bad about it? They changed the origin in everything. The Spider-Man origin from both the Raimi and the Amazing Spider-Man series, that's a different origin than in the comics. It's not radioactive. It's genetically modified. So that's different. Same buzzword. Spider's different, gives powers. That's all. Or was the spider trying to give Peter Parker the powers, but died before it could reach him? You know, or did the radiation give him the powers, as the JMS run proposed? What would be that name? Moth's Brawler. Thank you for Super Chat. The art style in this show looks so cool. I'm going to leave the stream to watch it now. Thanks for all your hard work dunking on grifters and making insightful video essays. I'm glad you are. I do recommend watching this show for yourself to form an opinion. Is it perfect? No, I wouldn't say that. But it is good. It's a solid show. In my opinion, it's a solid 7 out of 10, in my opinion. I think it's really good. There are some things I'm a little iffy on, but it's only been 2 episodes. I can't make a firm judgment of the show's complete quality until it's done. But so far, it's a good introduction. I'm liking where it's going. It hasn't, done something super amazing yet, but it is quite a tangled web, one might say. The Guide, 2193, thanks, Super Chat. Just last week, I had a lovely lunch at an Ethiopian restaurant in Brooklyn, and the best pork katsu I had in the main library. New York is diverse as hell. 100%. Well, not bad. I like some pork katsu, actually. It'd be kind of good.
this point, Peter Parker is messing around with gear and his spider powers already. They just skip over anything. By the way, Aunt May is like super young in this. This is
like
supposedly
in
her,
the
him.
Spider-Verse,
And
Marvel film.
She Ben Parker is dead before any of this, so there's no origin inspiration story where he's like got a personal motivation or anything like that. May Parker looks kind of like Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner,
What?
the transgender guy in.
She looks like frickin' what's her name from My Cousin Vinny. Like she looks like the MCU Spider-Man. What are you talking about? What the John, have you ever met a woman? What is wrong
California,
with you?
the Kardashian. Ugh, gross. And that's kind of the thing here. All the women look super mad.
Okay. Listen, John, because you don't know what a woman looks like. Let me show you Marissa Tomei. All right? Marissa Tomei, Aunt May. You chose a really weird picture of her, but just because you chose like a single screenshot of her does not mean that's what she looks like in the whole show. That's a weird angle of her, I will give you that. But for some reason they went with the press photo of her, because that's what they had all over the place with. But she does not look like that in the whole show. It's just a weird angle. I'm not going to dig too hard for another photo of it, but that's just her moving her head. You chose a weird shot of it. Okay, whatever. Also, they chose a weird shot of it. So, here's another shot. Hang on, here you go. This isn't exactly a good shot either, but this is what she looks like generally, right here. Like, a little squarer jaw, sure, a little older looking, but I'd say a little older looking than Marissa Tomei, but again, squarer jaw, little bags, a little more emphasized, I'd say. Even that shot looks different from her here. Like, this shot looks different than this shot of her. It's a little weird shot. But again, let's keep going.
Masculine, this art style. It's very terrible. And so Peter's at this school, and months later, he's messing around with Spider-Man stuff. He made his own costume, messes around with some
By
criminals.
Giuseppe
The Spider-Man
Odera.
scenes are
It's called franchise synergy, John. Yeah, exactly.
very
Ridiculous.
disjointed. So it's like you have random scenes where he's like messing around with criminals, but it doesn't actually have anything to do with the plot. A lot of it's just this melodrama around like these BIPOC people, and that's all it's about. So Peter shows up the first day of school.
It's Peter Parker's high school life. That's what it's about. The first episode focuses on Peter Parker going to school. There's a big fight with Doctor Strange and a Venom creature. Then it's about Spider-Man being a hero. He ditches class to stop a train. He saves Harry Osborn from some muggers. Gets brought in by Norman Osborn to Oscorp. And there's a scene where you follow Tombstone, who's clearly being set up as like a rival character. And probably going to be set up as the big rivalish character to Peter Parker probably eventually.
School. This is his crush now, Pearl Pangan, and we see them introduced. That's Pearl towering over Peter like a transgender person again. Very odd. And
John, why are you so weak about tall women? Why do tall women make you so pathetic sounding?
And this Asian they them whatever is Peter's best friend. So you'll note that Mary Jane and
Nico Minoru from The Runaways. She's an established character, John. She's been around for 20 years, John. You'd think as a comic book fan, you'd know about her, John. She's been in a TV show with 3 seasons and one of the best Marvel video games in a very long time. John, you'd think you'd pick up on that detail, John, if you knew anything about the comics. Also, Nico's awesome. She's a great character. She's extremely powerful.
What's her name? Gwen Stacy are not in this.
What's her name? Gwen Stacy.
They can't do that anymore. They have these random BIPOC girls instead. And so
Gwen Stacy has appeared in one of the most successful Spider-Man adaptations ever, the Spider-Verse films. It's not that you can't do it. It's choosing something different because it stands out. User 225 just proves John can't pull tall women. Skill issue. Yeah, exactly. They probably repulsed by him because he is a domestic abuser.
So Peter's surrounded by the BIPOCs. And so Peter is trying to work up the courage to ask her out. And again, the Spider-Man plots are just tertiary. Like there's a couple minutes of it, and he just interrupts a couple scenes. A couple of them are very cringy.
They're tertiary. Just a couple minutes of it. Not like, half the episode is a Spider-Man adventure. But again, with Spider-Man, it's always been the balance between melodrama and the Spider-Man action. The Raimi films, for example, 40 minutes come by before Spider-Man does any Spider-Man action. Roughly, or a half hour, something like that. But still. And from there, it's only about 3 or 4 Spider-Man scenes that really have a strong impact in the plot. Well, maybe 5, I'd say. But they're usually short in comparison to the drama sequences. It's more in the back half of the film. Spider-Man's always been a melodrama.
And I'll note that two of those scenes, he's dealing with white criminals, of course, right?
No. He deals with an out-of-control driver in one. He deals with a group of different ethnicities with the criminals in the other. And there is a arsonist whose face is completely covered, so you don't know what his ethnicity even is. Also, yeah, he's never mentioned that Flash Thompson's not involved, which is interesting, isn't it? He's only caring about the Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. And by the way, Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane didn't go to high school with Peter Parker. They met him in college. Well, actually, Mary Jane met him in at his house because Aunt May set him up with her. But still. Bite Chiapio Dara, thank you for Super Chat. 1. Women can be tall without being trans. 2. Nico is a woman and can kill you with a thought. 3. He doesn't have Gwen or MJ because he meets them at Midtown. I barely know Spider-Man lore and I know that. Well, actually, he meets them at Empire State University. But still, same thing. In Midtown, these are characters met in Midtown, and it's all different, usually. User225, is there one Spider-Man issue these chuds actually like? No. No, they don't read the comics. But even then, Midtown exactly. Like Midtown High is a school where he meets various characters. In most adaptations, they put Gwen Stacy or Mary Jane in there, but that's not how it is in the comics. And again, Harry Osborn's not from high school either. The Raimi films changed that. Mary Jane Watson and Peter Parker grew up nearby each other, but they didn't actually go to school together. That's an unusual case. And yeah, they do tease Mary Jane. They have a few mentions of her. They have a lot of images in the comics where she's like, her face is hidden behind a plant or something like that. But, still.
So the only white people other than Peter in this are...
Oh, Tobey Maguire films have a total of 40 minutes of Peter Parker in the costume over 3 films. 40, the rest is just drama. Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Or criminals, of course. That's how it goes. And the transgender Aunt May. But...
She's based on Marissa Tomei, dude. She's based on Marissa Tomei. Not Caitlyn Jenner, you freaking weirdo.
Beyond that, and it gets really, really cringy on that, and I'll talk about it. But beyond that, it's just a weird sort of thing. Now this Pearl girl cucks Peter and goes out with this guy who is right here.
She doesn't cuck Peter. Someone asks her out first. It's not, and besides, like the show establishes, she's 4 years older than him. She sees him as like a little baby brother type character, not a dating material.
This is supposed to be like the Flash Thompson person.
It's Tombstone
at this point, and he's the star quarterback. He's awesome. He's brilliant, and he's not only the star quarterback. He's smarter than Peter. He's nice.
He's not smarter than Peter. He asks Peter for help. He just knows what Peter's talking about. He knows enough to follow Peter's conversation, but he's not smarter than Peter Parker. Also, he's Tombstone.
Nicer than Peter. He's perfect because he's black. That's right. And instead of focusing on Peter during this, after they introduce him as this Pearl's new boyfriend or whatnot, that Peter just gets sad about, we don't see Peter in his life. We don't see him learn about his home life or why Uncle Ben's.
No, because they just know each other at school. They're study partners. We haven't seen that yet. It's been 2 episodes. Also, John, it's Tombstone, one of the most established Spider-Man villains around. Because I'm bored, thank you, Super Chat. These guys might like the Raimi films because people always think old equals better and less woke. Yeah, that's what they think always. Bite you up Yodera. You're right, John. We should ship Nico in armor. Yeah, we should. You're right.
He's gone and learn about this guy's home life because, again, we just have to focus on the black. It's about as woke as it possibly gets.
John, this is a major character in Spider-Man's lore. Tombstone took up a primary amount of the Spectacular Spider-Man comic series as well. Does he not know this is a major character? Did he not? He looked it up. He knows it's Tombstone. He looked it up in the video a month ago. Did he just forget?
He sits down on the train to go home, and a grandma, white lady, pulls a son away from trying to sit next to him and looks at him leeringly as he's like sad about it. Then afterwards, he walks home and the police car slows down to just watch him because he's black. And then he goes into his house, and it's a wonderful, nice family, the mother and father with a little brother, and everything's really good and wonderful, and he's just the specialist, bestest person ever, but he's oppressed because he's black. This is
it's a 1 minute scene, John. That's 1 minute of the show, of both episodes, that focus on his home life, and that's the only bit we get of his home life. Also, he's Tombstone.
the wokest installment of Spider-Man I've ever seen, ever, from Disney Plus. It's insane how crazy it goes, and it gets worse in episode 2.
It's not. What was bad about that? A black kid walks home from school. People are intimidated by him. Has a nice home life. It's so simple and basic. It's not even funny. Very basic stuff. Catcast reviews. Thank you for Super Chat. Different stuff is bad, Ant. Everyone knows that. I'm sure these people hated all those changes in the Raimi movies too. Otherwise, they're hypocrites. Oh yeah, I'm sure they hated. What was an example when they changed Norman Osborn's hair from the treads, whatever he has, the wave. Yeah, there we go. Epic Toe, thanks for Super Chat. I might give the show a chance thanks to your insight, but I don't think it will top Spectacular Spider-Man. It's not going to top Spectacular Spider-Man. Don't go in even thinking that question. It's not. There's no comparison. Spectacular Spider-Man is the peak Spider-Man show. There's no comparison yet. It's going to have to do a lot of lifting to reach that level. But don't look at it like topping anything. Look at it like it's its own thing, you know? It's very different. It has flaws. It's not perfect, but it's better than a lot. It's better, I think. I think it's the best animated Spider-Man series we've gotten since Spectacular Spider-Man. But the problem is the 3 shows we got between that was Spidey and His Amazing Friends, which was a pre-K show. Ultimate Spider-Man, which I think has a lot of issues. And just Spider-Man, which I think was pretty underwhelming. So you're dealing with a lot of stuff that's not that great, in my opinion, anyway. I think Ultimate Spider-Man was the best of those in the middle, but even then. Nick Wolf, why do I get the feeling JDA would get mad at Gravity Falls for not putting Dipper and Wendy together? Such maidenless projection on display. Yeah, 100%. User225, is he uncomfortable because he feels cucked by a black guy? That's possible. He's also a racist. That could be a factor as well. Just the black person existing bothers him.
I'm just going over episode 1 just for time purposes right now.
Oh, and then he gets angry at Dr. Kirk Connors. So it's just he's split his review into 2 separate videos, and about 1/5 of each of them is advertising for his shirts and website. What pathetic behavior. Now, there's a couple of things I do want to show a couple other things too. This right here is a video I did see before. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Now, the video itself is a response in and of itself, but I do want to point out that Damon 7599. I thought Peter was supposed to be short. He is supposed to be short. In this anyway, he's like 5'8", which I think is short. I think in canon he's 5'8" as a fully grown adult, but and this is supposed to be like 14, so he's really short. And Tom Holland's very small too, so that works out too. So this video is titled "The Most Racist Spider-Man Hater I've Ever Seen." Actual fandom, hey, what's up? Thank you, Super Chat. I'm intrigued by the Spidey show, but not super hyped yet. Excited to have you on the showcast tomorrow. Yes, actually, I want to point that right now. I will be showing up on the showcast tomorrow on their stream. Be a lot of fun. I'm excited to be a part of that and talk and all that. I don't know what we're going to cover yet, but I'm going to show up. It'd be a lot of fun. So I will be streaming the Shillcast from my channel, so you'll be able to see a version of it, because we're going to do it on Stream Deck. So I'll be on that tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun. So you'll get 2 streams basically in the week. And then on Friday, we'll get the Marvel Rivals video. But we'll get to that in a second. Right here, let's take a look at this.
What's going on, guys? We're back with another.
So right there, man bun. See? Same hairstyle as Harry Osborn. Now, this guy right here is not the person we're criticizing. He is also criticizing the same person, but I can't find the original channel, so I'm using this reaction video as a source. Hi, CHD. I liked your video. Follow this guy. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. He has like some terrible opinion based on the recence of his channel, but still. Zorku, thank you for super chat. 5'8" is short. Oh, thanks, Anthony. Feel the love. Hey, listen, when you're 6'1", everyone looks. Your standards get different with height. I'm sorry to tell you. Anyway, this video right here covers a very racist Spider-Man fan. He is not the racist Spider-Man fan, but you'll see what I'm talking about when you get to it. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second.
Another YouTube video. We're right in the midst of a new Spider-Man show coming out right now on Disney Plus with your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I watched the first 2 episodes and I have to say, I'm mildly impressed. I mean, for what?
Yeah, I'm with him on that one. It's mildly impressive. It's pretty good. It's all right.
It is, it's actually pretty good. I kind of looked at the show at the beginning with the trailer thinking, okay, why do we need another rehash with Peter's origin story? It's gonna be the same thing we've seen before. To be honest, I'm kind of just tired of Marvel putting Peter in high school. And I wish they would just shift the focus of like all the younger Spider-Man stuff to Miles Morales. Let Miles have those types of stories and just let Peter navigate issues that older people have to deal with.
Yeah, I'm with the one so far. I have no argument so
like
far at all.
Spider-Verse. I don't know, it just makes no sense that they keep putting Peter in high school.
But
the show somewhat has my interest. But as you guys know, there were a certain group of YouTubers.
You've seen some transphobia in this guy's community. Oh, that's rough. That stinks. This guy? That's disappointing. I always hate when that happens where it's like... Anyway, is this community, though? I don't think he's accountable for that, but still. Anyway, let's keep going with this.
A certain crowd of people trying...
Yeah, so you got Ryan Cannell. I'm not going to bother with that because this is the same stuff John DeLaRue's just said.
...to create controversy because, well, let's just say they weren't okay with certain characters being a certain skin color in the show. And apparently,
yes, I'm reacting to a reaction
we're about to look at. Apparently, black people are the reason why Spider-Man is failing now. I
don't know this counts names. I can't speak to who they are, but you'll see why. You'll see why very quickly. Gavin Carrot, thanks super chat. Oh, it's the racist absolute Batman guy. Been trying to avoid videos on him. Lol. The one video I saw was enough. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this guy's a lot. By Chiappy Odera, thanks for super chat. Hot take, the best Spider-Man adaptation is Ladybug. I can't say you're wrong, is the problem. Yeah, so anyway, let's keep going.
I really want to see how true this is.
Listen, short kings are fantastic. If you're a short king, good. That's excellent. You know, I don't want to disparage anyone on that. Short kings are fantastic. You're absolutely valid and cool.
But anyways, let's get to the video.
So, I'm a bit late to the
It's this guy. This is the guy we're reacting to. Thankfully, this user just posts the full clip so we can react to them, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Mr. Bandana Head, thank you for super chat. Why isn't Ant writing comics yet? You know, I almost started writing comics pre-pandemic, but I decided to focus on novel writing instead, which is a little different. But anyway, plus those are expensive. I'd have to kickstart the whole comic. It's a whole process. It's slow. Distribution's tough. It's better. I prefer the process of writing a novel. More control over all the elements and all that.
party on this one, but your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the brand new upcoming animated TV show, has had a few trailers and teasers released, and to no one's surprise, it looks like total garbage. Just from searching around YouTube, you'll find people acting shocked to how crappy and how woke it looks. But I'm not really going to be one of those people who acts like this is some new concept. The harsh truth is, Spider-Man has kind of been ruined for years, and we've all kind of been coping and wishing in the back of our mind that Spider-Man returns to his former glory. But you could ask yourself, when did all the troubles start for Spider-Man?
So his opinion is that Spider-Man's always been bad, and I gotta tell you, you're gonna, this is something else. This is something else. Ranting for vengeance. Okay, ranting for vengeance. Let me just get his thing up right now then. Here we go. Let's get to the original here. Okay, here's the original video. That way we don't have interruptions.
So, I'm a bit late to the party on this one, but your friend...
This is a very small channel. I do not usually want to do this to a small channel like this. But what he says is very abhorrent. Let me take a look right here. Let's do super chats right now. User 225, what was your theater's reaction to the end of Beyond the Spider-Verse? Wait, Beyond Spider-Verse? BTVSV. So, you mean Across Spider-Verse? Pretty positive. People love that. The Guy 493. Oh God, Scottish Razor Fist. Oh yeah, honestly. Funny you say that. Yeah, this is bad. This is a really bad opinion.
It's like total garbage. Just from searching around YouTube, you'll find people really going to be one of those people who acts like this is some new
You
concept.
are not prepared
the
for where he goes
truth
with
is, Spider-Man has kind of been ruined for years. And we've all kind of been coping and wishing in the back of our mind that Spider-Man returns to his former glory.
He is wearing a Misfits shirt, which means that you can't be punk and racist. I'm just saying that right now. You can't be punk and racist. That is against what punk is. Punk is against the system. Racism reinforces the system. If you are racist, you are not a real punk. Zorku, thank you for super chat. Obvious disclaimer is obvious. Leave him alone, chat. Yeah, don't target this guy. He's like a very small channel. But the take was so extreme I had to share it.
Hey, PD's always been a big...
Just consider it.
He's just playing
You could
clips
ask
now.
yourself, when did all the troubles start for Spider-Man? Was it when Tom Holland took over? Or when the Spider-Verse movies came out? Or when in the comics, Peter Parker was turned into a literal cock? But unfortunately, it does go before that. So I do respect Andrew Garfield's portrayal of Peter Parker,
Yeah, we're going here, guys.
especially in The Amazing Spider-Man Part 2. But the problems we're facing now date back to that movie. I'm all about comic accuracy, and Andrew Garfield's movies failed in that department a lot. Even though we got to see Peter Parker sporting a goddamn Ramones t-shirt, I still think that his portrayal wasn't the best. But the real issue wasn't Andrew Garfield or the changes to the character's design. Instead, it was the race swap that we let go under the radar. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Jamie Foxx plays Electro, and no matter what way you
Yeah, that's where he's going with this. The problem with Electro was that Jamie Foxx played him. Jamie Foxx played Electro. That's the reason why Spider-Man's terrible. That's why it was ruined. Because Jamie Foxx played Electro. Let's keep going.
look at it, this race swap cannot be justified. You could say that Electro is just a small character. He's a villain for Spider-Man to face. It doesn't matter what race he is. Exactly. So why change it? The other argument you might see when it comes to race swaps is, well, if the writing is good, I don't care. Well, it didn't do that either, because he was literally the worst part about The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And that's the thing, a lot of people didn't actually mention it, or talk about it, or call it out. And if they did, then maybe these race swaps wouldn't have continued. I don't know.
Okay, let's back up a second here. Electro, Max Dillon. A character whose race has never mattered at all. The reason why modern Spider-Man is terrible is because Electro was played by Jamie Foxx. He's the worst part of the movie. Not the spider blood, not the Harry Osborn wanting Peter Parker's blood to save his own genetic defect, not the weird inclusion of Felicia Hardy that added nothing, not the Rhino, not the fact that they made Spider-Man into a weird stalker for Gwen Stacy. No. It was that Jamie Foxx was Electro. Thank you for Super Chat. As an Irish person, I apologize in advance on behalf of my country for what this dude's about to say. It's not the country's fault. It's his fault. You didn't do anything. Oh, boy.
Maybe I'm just hoping for a better world where the fans might have stood up and said something. But really, would it have made a difference? Because the people who own these corporations like Marvel and
User 225. Okay, but what does the Spider-Cuck stuff refer to? Paul. Refers to Paul. Hi, I'm Paul. That guy.
Disney and Fox aren't really the best people.
Wait, Disney and Fox. You realize that Sony made The Amazing Spider-Man 2, right? Not Fox or Disney. Okay, just a small point.
Now, we won't talk too much about that because that's an entirely different video, but it does have to be addressed that people who agree with me are fighting a losing battle because they're going up against these companies that are run by people who want to bring in race swaps, who want to eradicate the wholesomeness and the hopefulness of superheroes. And that...
I'm sorry, what does changing the ethnicity of a character have to do with hopefulness? What does Electro being black do to your hope of the future? I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. The hopefulness of the characters is affected because Jamie Foxx played Electro. By the way, he doesn't seem to care that Electro's origin was completely different in Amazing Spider-Man movies. In the comics, Electro becomes Electro because he's struck by lightning while changing like a power pole. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, he's bitten by genetically modified eels, shocked, and that shock somehow fuses his teeth together and fixes his acne and makes him turn into an electric monster. Also, his motivations are totally different because in the comics, Electro is just a small, pathetic man who gains power and abuses it for selfish gain. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, he becomes the Riddler from Batman Forever, an obsessed fan of Spider-Man who is disappointed when he meets his hero and kind of lashes out against the world during his birthday. By Chiepio Dara, thank you for the super chat. And my hot take is wrong. Ladybug is a love letter heavily inspired by Spidey. She is him, but magical girl. Her boyfriend is a blonde from Gwen, a model from MJ, and is literally called Black Cat. It's a fair point. I'll go with that.
That brings us to the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Wait, what is... Hang on,
single
we made a jump here. Didn't finish mentioning Amazing Spider-Man 2? Oh, whatever.
One of them is garbage. There literally isn't one good film out of the trilogy. And if you thought The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was bad, Tom Holland's movies ramped it up to 11. And from the...
Are you saying that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better than the Tom Holland trilogy of Spider-Man movies? You're going to qualify that statement, right? You're going to explain why you think that, right? I'm sure you are. I'm sure I'm going to hate what you have to say.
First one, Homecoming, there's already 3 race swaps that I can name off the top of my head. With Peter's best friend, which instead of being Harry Osborn, is Ned Leeds. You know, like the Hobgoblin guy?
He's based on Gronk from Miles Morales' story, who is Asian, and that's what it is. Ned Leeds also isn't a major character and not in high school, but neither is Harry Osborn. Harry Osborn Peter meets in ESU. So it would be inaccurate to have Harry Osborn be Peter Parker's friends in high school because they meet in college. Most adaptations change this, but it's still inaccurate to say that that Harry Osborn should even be in this movie. Gavin Carrot thinks, Super Chat, it's crazy how this isn't even phasing me considering what he said about Absolute Batman. Oh yeah, he said a lot about Absolute Batman too that was horrible. That went viral online. I can play it later if you want.
The white guy, he's not some big fat Samoan dude or whatever the hell he is. So that's one. Then you have Liz Allen, which is the love interest of Homecoming, which I do respect. Because if you read the original comics, Liz Allen was Peter Parker's first love interest before MJ or Gwen.
No. The first love interest was Betty Brant from the Daily Bugle. But again, who cares, right?
So I do like them sticking to the source material, but oh yeah, she's black. So they're not actually sticking to the source material because it's a total race swap for no good reason. And then we have the...
What does it change?
Third race swap, which is the worst of them all. You have MJ, which was once this great character that helped Peter throughout the years as a girlfriend, then a wife that helped him, was literally the center point of Kraven's Last Hunt.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? MJ is not the center point of Kraven's Last Hunt. Kraven is the center of Kraven's Last Hunt. MJ barely interacts with Spider-Man in Kraven's Last Hunt because Spider-Man is put under the ground in Kraven's Last Hunt. What? They interact at the beginning of the story and like the later half of it, but not throughout. Also, MJ shows up in college. Also, Zendaya is not playing Mary Jane Watson. She's playing Michelle Jones, who is a different character entirely. Just happens to have the initials of MJ.
Now she's Zendaya.
Okay, first off, are you saying Zendaya isn't a beautiful woman? Also, even an unflattering photo of Zendaya is still a really good photo. And this is a cartoon character. This character's waist is so tiny, her body's about to fall over. I've seen this cover before. It's a very nice cover, but it's very stylized. It's not realistic at all. So, are you saying you wouldn't want to? Come on, dude. Get over yourself.
Looks like a 12-year-old boy who lives in the slums of Brazil or something. She doesn't look the way Mary Jane Watson should look. Just look at
Because she's not Mary Jane Watson, she's Michelle Jones.
any illustration of the character. John Romita Sr., Todd McFarlane, or the controversial but still great J. Scott Campbell. MJ.
Is it great? You chose three examples of Mary Jane Watson when the character is Michelle Jones. They're different characters. Their origins are different. Their stories are different. Their skill sets are different. They are different characters entirely that happen to have the same initials.
Does not look like Zendaya, and they do everything they can in all three of these movies to separate her from the original character. She's just this ugly bitch going around punching people in the nuts, making smart comments towards everybody in the film.
Don't you remember the scene in Spider-Man No Way Home where Zendaya just punches Green Goblin in the nuts? My favorite scene, where she just chops him right there. Just jabs him right there. What the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck is this? Oh my god. User 225 then and now has an equal chance of pulling. Yeah, exactly. He's not getting either of them. So, Baichi Epiodera, thank you, Super Chat. Zendaya picture looks like she about to slap Tom. Yeah, she's about to slap him. Also, Zendaya is a very talented actress. So, there you go.
That is not Mary Jane Watson, yet none of the fans called it.
Mary Jane Watson took a bat to Tombstone. Why wouldn't Zendaya, as Mary Jane Watson, fight? Why wouldn't Mary Jane Watson fight? Hell, Mary Jane dropped a brick on Venom's head in Spider-Man 3. She pulled a weapon on Doc Ock. Wasn't successful, but still tried.
It out. Then there's the Spider-Verse movies that I could do a full hour-long video on about how retarded they are.
Oh, we got another one here. Another one slipping the R slur in this. And he didn't censor himself all that much either. He just lowered it a little bit. Also, how dare you hate the Spider-Verse films? You're allowed your opinion, but you're going to say some racist shit, I'm sure, right now.
Miles Morales is not a good character. None of the films are good. Stop overrating them.
Explain why they're not good. Explain why.
And as a little side note, let's look into the people who made it. And one of them is a guy called, Randy or Rodney Rothman. And he believes that Peter Parker is Jewish.
He is Jewish. The comics have said he's Jewish for years. Have you read the comics? You know who wrote the comics? Let me show you a few panels, actually. Let me do this real quick. So, let's take a look right here, shall we? Let's take a look right here. There's a lot of cases of him making there's a lot of cases of him shouting in Yiddish. Here's an example right here. This is from the comics. Right there, fakata, got these fakata arms. Yeah, again, Yiddish. A lot of Yiddish there. Let's see that right here. Where does it say that? It doesn't say anything. I'm trying to find another example. It's almost like, what's funny about Spider-Man's creators? It's what we got here. There's this thing called the creators of Spider-Man being. Oh, one second. Again, I'm trying to find the exact quotes I'm looking for here. I'm not finding it quick enough, but basically, there's some Yiddish involved. Spider-Man was created by Stan Lee, who is a Jewish man. Jack Kirby is Jewish. There's heavy Jewish influence on Spider-Man's creation. User 225, this guy might actually make me convert to lookism. Yeah. By Chepudera, how dare you insult Kamala's Spider-Man not boyfriend? Yeah, exactly. 100%. Gavin Careth, I was in my previous statement, have been phased. Yeah, right? Again, let me point out something real quick. I knew I was going to use this quote again.
These Superman stories
Right
in
here.
years. But I'll tell you one thing you may not have thought of. You know one of the greatest things about Spider-Man's outfit, his costume?
What?
He is completely covered. So any kid could imagine he's Spider-Man because no color of the skin shows. He could be black under that. He could be red. He could be yellow. He could belong to any race. And that
True.
wasn't done purposely. It was done accidentally. But I think it was the best thing we did, making him so that he could be anybody under that costume.
Again, want to emphasize that. Stan Lee made him so that he could be anyone. Any change made to Spider-Man's acceptable because Stan Lee designed the character, not intentionally, but accidentally, that he could be anyone. Peter Parker is something specific, that's true. But when Peter Parker speaks as much Yiddish as he does, it very well could be that he's Jewish. There's no proof he's not. Can you prove he's Catholic? Can you prove he's Christian? Don't think you can.
Hello.
Oh, it's some anti-Semitism
Once
there
again,
for you too.
stay away from comic books and these characters. Stop injecting your own personal crap.
Like Stan Lee when he made, or the various writers over the years of comics who have had him use Yiddish words. And again, buddy, the creator of Spider-Man is Jewish. He wasn't Catholic. Neither of them were Catholic.
Crap onto these characters. Peter Parker is not Jewish just because you are. And that's
No, Stan Lee is Jewish though. So, he wrote 100 issues of Spider-Man.
all these people want to do. They want to make Spider-Man black. They want to make MJ some ugly, racially ambiguous person. And all of that.
You see why I have no issue making fun of this kid? Because what he's saying is absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Yeah.
That bullcrap brings us up to your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And just take a look at it for yourself.
Somebody help me! He's running, grab him!
So Harry Osborn is some black tranny. And
Again, why these people think he's just wearing a suit and has a man bun and a couple earrings. That's it.
Norman Osborn is also black, and Peter Parker, instead of being the character that Steve Ditko and Stan Lee originally envisioned him as, is now a soy boy that is almost more similar to an anime protagonist. I'm not even gonna give the
Did you look at the Steve Ditko Spider-Man? This is designed after the Steve Ditko Spider-Man. Have you actually, oh my god. Okay. Let's look at this, man who's totally not a soy boy at all. Listen, I know what you're saying. How could they make this character into a soy boy? Am I right? How could this bastion of masculinity... Like, Steve, this is the Steve Ditko art you're talking about. In fact, I'd say they made him look more cool in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I think they didn't make him dorky enough to be the Steve Ditko Spider-Man. You're right. He's not. You should make him dorkier and more goofy. I'm sure that's going to really impress this guy. Yeah. Because that's so... makes sense. He's such a blatant little, exactly.
this show my time. Why would you even talk about this? The show is a dumpster fire. 2 people are gonna watch it. It's gonna get cancelled after a season, and
It's already been renewed for a second season.
then we're all gonna go back to living our lives. Spider-Man is not Andrew Garfield. Spider-Man is not Tom Holland. Spider-Man is not Miles Morales. Spider-Man is not whatever the hell this is. Spider-Man is the original comics, video games, cartoons.
The original comics, video games, and cartoons. So, the video games that came out... so the original video games, you're right, of course. How can I forget? How can I forget what Spider-Man is? You're right. My mistake. Let me show everyone what the original Spider-Man is. I'm so sorry. I really should have thought of this sooner. Of course, my mistake. You're right. This is the original Spider-Man right here. This is it right here. How could I forget? You're right. We have to embrace tradition, guys. Yo, we gotta embrace it. This is Spider-Man. This is the original Spider-Man right here. This is what we're talking about. The original Spider-Man. You're right, of course. The original video games. You're right. Everything else, nothing compared to this. If your Spider-Man isn't shooting up webs to get up to the building on the Atari 2600, you are not dealing with canon Spider-Man. I'll tell you that right now. You have to embrace tradition. You have to embrace the tradition of Spider-Man. If you're not, then what are you gonna do? What even is it anymore? This is Spider-Man right here. Yeah, you're right. You have to embrace tradition. You're right. Thank you for being the true arbiter. The original video games. Yeah, that's what Spider-Man is. That's what we have to do. You're right. Thank you for informing me.
And the excellent Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy with the best portrayal of Peter Parker on screen. Notice how
what thing was I gonna say there?
although Sam Raimi might be of a certain religious or ethnic background, he doesn't try to inject it onto Spider-Man because it's a character that you're working off of, that you're adapting from a comic book. You don't
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that? Am I right? He doesn't try to inject any perspectives on Spider-Man. You sure about that? Not really sure about that, my buddy. Sam Raimi, of course, interjects his perspective on Spider-Man by saying it has to be like the original Steve Ditko Stan Lee run. He refused to bring in elements from later on in the comics. He didn't like Gwen Stacy, so he didn't include Gwen Stacy. He changed MJ's character to be less assertive, less confrontational, less a character. He made Mary Jane into a damsel in distress consistently. The symbiote story was kind of squandered. Also, the symbiote story in the cartoons is vastly different than the symbiote story in the comics. So, there you go. Mr. Solo's son, Anthony, are you aware this kid's part of a family of Really? I had no idea. A family of grifters. That's not good. Who's his family? What is this guy's story then? Cartuchos Truchos. Do you know any DC or Marvel superhero who wants to free Palestine? Or any comic that is about that subject? The Hulk. The Hulk does that. The Hulk, read the Hulk comics in the 70s. That's an example right there. Okay, cool. Sam Raimi famously did not want to include Venom in Spider-Man 3. Yeah, 100%. Venom was not included in Spider-Man 3. He was almost not included in Spider-Man 3, I should say. But yeah, this guy says a lot of slurs. It's ridiculous. Okay, so a couple things I want to do. Since the chat voted on it, we are going to play some Marvel Rivals, but first we are going to watch Troyo Boyo's pitch on Spider-Man. But before we do that, I do want to have an obligatory bathroom break. I'll be back in a few seconds. I'm going to play some simple music for you in the background as we go. Be right back, y'all. We'll be back in just a moment. said, a real quick bathroom break. I am back right now. Put my headphones on here. Cool, cool, cool. All right, where am I right now? All right, we are back and going. How y'all doing? Turn this off. Listen, what's that? Respond to some super chats real quick. We got here. Okay, so the Head Ninja, thank you for super chat. DC gives us multiple Robins, no one panics. Marvel creates a black Spider-Man, and everyone loses their minds. Also, I don't think this guy has said anything about Spider-Ham. Yeah, Spider-Ham's great. Spider-Man's fantastic. I love Spider-Ham. Baichiepio thank you for super chat. You going into Marvel Rivals solo or want a team? I think I'll do solo so let's do a couple rounds and then we'll wrap it up for the night. But I might just do a team round later on. That might be fun. Gavin Careth, thanks super chat. Can't play Marvel Rivals yet, but hoping they add my GOAT Dr. Spectrum, Squadron Supreme, and visualize him like the big one from Jack Q. That'd be so rad. Yeah, 100% agree with that. Jacques. I can't do words today. Wow. Anyway, if you're still watching, leave a like on the stream. It always helps us out with promotion. If you're still watching, give it a like. Everyone give a like right now. I think that'd be a good idea. Who knows? Maybe it'll work. But let's take a look at Troy Oboyo's Dream Spider-Man animated show. Again, another reaction to Spider-Man. And we'll do a couple rounds of Marvel Rivals. But not too much later. It won't be super late from here on out. Just be a fun little thing. Let's take a look right here.
And Mr. Peter Parker,
so,
the new
he has a big thing on Spider-Man right here. I'm going to cut ahead just right here. Because he has a whole intro. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I want to get to the pitch he has first.
show for the wall crawler. I know what you're thinking. Just bring back Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yes, great idea. We should do that.
Really see you typing it in the comments right now. Released in 2008, The Spectacular Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man, period. I grew up on reprints of the Lee and Ditko run and DVDs of the 90s animated series, and those are great, but Spectacular was what genuinely and truly made me fall in love with the character. The show was super successful.
I do recommend you watch the whole video. It's fantastic. I really just want to watch the pitch. Let's hear his pitch. I just want to hear the pitch. He goes into the pilot as well. I just want to hear the pitch of it, and then we can move on from there.
Giving up on the idea. But we've just been talking about adaptations.
He mentions talking about giving Spectacular Spider-Man another season, going into motion comics, which are really cool. Aren't used a lot, I feel like. They're very underrated. But let's take a look.
Bringing something back that came before. And so how would I go about making my perfect Spider-Man show? How could we take the things that I love about the character and bring them to a TV series without retreading the same ground? The show opens with none other than the Rhino terrorizing New York City. Spider-Man swings in to put a stop to him and they fight. Peter webs him up, throws out some jokes, you know how it goes. And that's when we hear a school bell ring and Peter is late for class. We cut to a classroom at Midtown High and Mr. Peter Parker, the new science teacher, barges into the room.
Yes, already yes. Love it. Yes, again, much like I've been saying this whole time, make Peter Parker an adult, all right? Make Peter Parker an adult. You gotta do that. And again, it's different from all the other cartoons we used in high school, as a high school student. Make him in high school as an adult.
Parker as a teacher was first introduced in Amazing Spider-Man number 31 by J. Michael Straczynski and John Romita Jr. from 2001. And it's always been my favorite status quo for the character. It puts Peter in one of the most famously undervalued and underpaid jobs in the world as a public school teacher and all the stress that comes with that. And for an episodic series, it opens up the doors for so many different opportunities and story engines. I know I speak for a lot of people when I say that I'm kind of sick of Spider-Man being in high school. In the past 20 years, it's just been such an oversaturation in movies and TV shows, especially given how quickly he graduated in the 616 universe and how there's so much more to his stories than that. Ultimate is a different story. That dude died before getting a diploma. But 616 Peter was only in high school for a whopping 28 issues. And
exactly. And that's the thing too. Most of Peter Parker's career is in college. That's where he meets MJ. That's where he meets Harry. That's where he meets Gwen. All the great stuff you think of when you think of Spider-Man happens in college. The Sam Raimi films, thankfully, only spend the first film in high school. The Amazing Spider-Man film ends with the graduation. Thankfully now we got Peter Parker now leaving high school. I'm hoping he's going to ESU in the fourth Spider-Man film they got for the Disney stuff. But he's hoping. But still.
We're still trying to milk those 2 years for all it's worth, all while constantly regressing Peter's character to fit it. But I also totally understand the reasoning why we keep going back. The reason so many TV shows are set in high school isn't just because they're trying to market the show to teenagers, but because high school
User 225, Chuds would somehow call Frank Frazetta woke. Oh my god, they would. They absolutely would. Oh my god.
Its core works really well for TV. The characters are young and brash and have messy personal relationships, but unlike college where you're an adult and all have different class schedules, high school forces everybody into the same space every single day, which is just simpler logistically. But also those personal problems get messier. Stories thrive off of conflict, and that conflict just writes itself. And then you throw being Spider-Man into the mix, you know, having to sneak out of class to fight crime and balance that life, and it's no wonder why we keep going back to that status quo. So having Peter as a teacher gives us the best of both worlds. It keeps those high school roots without constantly regressing him back to being a kid and telling the same kind of thing over and over again. And so in these opening scenes, we're introduced to Peter and his life as a teacher. He's in his mid-30s, married with kids, and just started this new job at Midtown. And we meet one of his students, Miles Morales. Okay, this idea isn't really the most original take anymore. It's how I ended my big Spider-Man college trilogy video. And
Ty Sean Sr., thanks for super chat. To be fair, Raimi probably has bias for the period of Spider-Man he grew up with, as do literally everyone. That's also very true. And the thing about Sam Raimi also is that he continued the college story. He still focused on Spider-Man as a young man. And when they ended that, people forget he was in college at the time. They only start the story in high school. But they graduate about 40, 50 minutes into the film. So Raimi did move past high school fairly quickly.
The Spider-Man 2 game did it, but that concept was essentially abandoned after the first mission, which I get. They had their story that they wanted to tell for Peter's character, and getting fired and getting a new job was part of it. But at the same time, this dynamic is so interesting and has so much potential for long-running stories that I want to see a series genuinely give that an attempt. Honestly, I feel like Miles is basically a given for any modern Spider-Man media at this point, especially an animated show. Not only is he a really great character that I love, but also it's a second Spider-Man to sell toys of.
Exactly.
Disney's gotta love that. Frankly, I'm surprised he hasn't had his own series at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if Miles ends up showing up in this new show in some way or another, since they're already straying so far from the MCU canon, and that could be really fun. The show could blend elements of the JMS run, with Peter helping out other students in his class, as well as parts of Renew Your Vows and the new Ultimate run, where Peter's married with kids. Peter and Miles don't really team up as much as I like in the source material. They kind of just stick to their own stuff and really only cross over for big events. But Greg Weisman, the showrunner of Spectacular Spider-Man, literally has a team-up comic with Peter and Miles called The Spectacular Spider-Men. Honestly, you could just call the show that, and that could be your season 3 now that I think about it.
I love that name. I love it. Love it already. Yep. Fantastic so far.
And so in the pilot episode, we see that Miles is in his very, very early days of being Spider-Man. Meanwhile, Peter is an experienced Spider-Man, but is still trying to figure out teaching. I don't think we need to show Miles' origin specifically, although Miles' origin...
Yeah. So far, love it. Yeah, that's fantastic. I got nothing else to add to this. It's going to be me saying, that's great. I love it. I think in general, Spider-Man media has kind of ignored Peter Parker as a adult, and I think it's a really big gray area. Not gray area. A big oversight. Okay, let's do some. Let's do some. Let's just jump right into it. We're gonna do a few rounds of Marvel Rivals because we won it in chat, and then I'm gonna close up for the night. Let's do about 3 rounds, I think, at least for right now. In worst case, we can add more later. Let me get this up real quick. This should be good. Right, I'm trying launching it in here, right? We'll go with this screen. Let's find out. It's not going to, I don't think. Oh, yep, I can tell already. Yep, it's going over here. Cool. Let me switch screens real quick. All right, you're gonna see chat show up there for a second. Let's go bring them over here. And yeah, cool, awesome, cool. We're only gonna do a few rounds of this. We're not gonna do a ton, but I will let chat decide who we play as. So who's main Jeff? Did the anti-woke get the game yet? Well, that's gonna be Bob what we talk about in the video for Friday. Now, this Friday's video will be about Marvel Rivals. We're gonna do a few rounds of this. I think most people probably were more interested in like the discussions of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So this will be a fun little bonus at the end of the night. User225, thanks for super chat. Let's be for real though. Miles and Peter being apart is an allegory for how inconvenient it is to communicate between Queens and Brooklyn. 100% that, exactly. Yeah, that's a fair point. I love that. All right, we're going to do a couple rounds, and then we'll probably close out for the night. I'm probably going to work on some editing for this afterwards. Don't forget, tomorrow I will be doing a stream with the Shillcast. I'll be broadcasting it on this channel, so you can see a mirror of it. I have no idea what we're going to be discussing, but It's gonna be a lot of fun. Those guys are usually pretty fun to talk to. Alright, let's just do what I have to do in terms of tasks. A lot of this. Alright, I'm gonna try doing defeat enemies as Scarlet Witch. Or Spider-Man. Let's try Spider-Man. I don't think I've done Spider-Man that often in this game, so I might as well try playing him a little bit. Let's see what I got in terms of Spider-Man's costume. 1 second. Oh, frick, that's wrong. Now, see, I love these costumes. I do want to point out right now, some of these costumes in Marvel Rivals are so good. I love this. Like, just I got the this costume right here, so it should be good. The Guy 493, thank you for being a member. Hot take: Peter's best love interest is Morrigan, from from Capcom. I can see that. That works. All right, let me try failing at Spider-Man for a round in quick play. I don't play Spider-Man, so this is gonna be terrible. Everyone's gonna hate me for it. They're gonna tell me to switch off. And you know what? No, I won't do Spider-Man. I'll play my main. Should I play Spider-Man or my main, guys? What do you think? Try Spider-Man for now, because I gotta get that.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Only my neighborhood is now like multiple realities.
That's
Cool,
fair.
Right?
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible. If you're playing with me right now, I'm so sorry. I do not main as Spider-Man. So, for the gimmick, for the gimmick right now, I gotta do it at least once. All right, let's see what we got here. Do what you're most comfortable with.
Makes you feel good,
Okay, most comfortable with? Okay. Let's try...
Only my neighborhood.
There's actually no tanks. This is actually quite fitting.
Get ready.
Alright. Can't say I'm good at this game, but I do enjoy it. I love how they sculpted Venom's a little bit there. I hope you're not expecting elite gameplay from this, because I'm not going to be pulling out all the stops.
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Alright, what we got here? One thing I love about Marvel Rivals is I adore how they've just made these characters so entertaining and so fantastic. Where's everyone else? Oh, there you go. They've really got the best of all the characters in terms of design and all that, and I love that they've incorporated so many multiverse versions. Alright, I'm not going really.
Looks like the mission area is yours to
I'm
capture
on
now.
point. There you go. Fuck. Where's everyone else? Okay, I guess it's not there. Okay. I probably shouldn't run off without my team there. But they weren't really... Okay, let's see what they got here. Yeah, no, 19 inches of Venom. Okay, let's take a look what we got here. They're all getting picked off one by one. Something tells me it's not going to go too well this round. Alright, let me try to just beam with the rest of the team though.
Keep your heads down. We got a sniper.
Alright, and we get this. Shark pack. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Yeah, there's no chance of this. Fuck. Okay, cool. I have to get some health here. Okay, I gotta get around this guy. So there you go. Let's go. And get that. Got him. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, this one, okay, guys, maybe don't go. Okay, it's fine.
There's an Ankh here.
Where is it? Crap, 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 crap. Run away, run away, run away. Where's the heals?
Hurricane incoming.
Alright. Quick he is.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Who is coming around here? All right.
The moon haunts you.
Disappear!
Fuck. That was useless. That was useless. Okay, cool. That was completely useless on my part. Oh, help.
Just a little low.
Just what we needed.
Okay,
Glory
crud.
is almost yours.
Crud. Am I a Venom main? I'd say probably.
No longer a threat. Stand your ground.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, there you go. Alright. Yeah, okay, that was my best. Not the best round. I see your Snow Venom enjoy as well. Yeah, I love Snow Venom. Yeah, I'm not doing too hot this round. Blocked a lot of damage, but not exactly here for the... Oh, hang on. Okay, let me jump down there. The stream's most... This is a bonus part of the stream. The big chunk is already... Where is he? Right there. Got him. Cool. Excellent.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. Double KO.
There we go. Okay, we got the point. That's good. All right, cool. So that's not as bad. All right. Yeah, this skin's really good. I like the Snow Venom skin quite a bit. It's just cool. It's more distinct. I like the Anti-Venom too, but it doesn't get the same vibes I like. The problem with a lot of the skins is with Venom especially, they're not like... Most of the Venom skins just alright. You know what I mean?
What is it like in Limbo now?
Hard to tell any difference. Limbo's always kind of scrambled.
And Velasco? Plotting,
Okay.
I assume?
Always. He wants into this world.
The problem with a lot of the Venom skins is that they're very, like, the same skin, just with a couple color suits. I don't like the Agent Venom Space Knight one, though. I think that's kind of underwhelming.
3, 2, 1.
Like, it's very, like, weird and not Venom-like. It's too mechanical. I don't dig that at all.
Doom. Both Dooms will answer for their crimes.
Fuck. Walking into a wall there. That's not gonna work out.
I see that.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Get him on point.
The mission area is yours.
Got him. Got her. Where else is there stuff? Where are they? Ult ready. Got him. Fuck. Yeah. I was kind of just walked right into that. John Salter, thanks for chat. Okay, I'm a complete Marvel neophyte. Is Snow Venom from something ridiculous which in this game? It's a winter skin, as far as I know. I don't think it's anything specific. It was part of the winter event, basically. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Alright, look at all the kills going over here. So I'm gonna go over there.
What's your back?
Got him.
Judge, jury,
kill me there.
Never even saw me coming.
Okay. Looks like we got this round.
Glory is almost yours.
I say preemptively.
You can't get rid of us so easy.
By Champion Dara, you know what your team needs? Being mean with Penny. Yeah, exactly. Okay, looks like it's not going to be moving anywhere.
Shields up.
Okay, nice, cool. Classic Venom should be called Lethal Protector. Agreed, that'd be really fun. Do you remember Rescue Heroes? I think I do. Guilty Gear is a great game. Not gonna lie. You know you're a weeb when you recognize the voice actors of the game. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Alright, we're gonna play a couple rounds of this, and then we're probably gonna be, You really hate that tree. Yeah, I do. I do hate that tree. Tree stinks. Alright. Thumbs up here. That's pretty good. Alright, let me play. Oh, there you go. And have you seen the FF trailer? Yes, we saw at the top of the trailer we discussed the Fantastic Four trailer. I'm excited for the Fantastic Four. I really am. I think the trailer looks fantastic. I think that the AI posters look horrendous. But I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see what we go with that whole thing. I do have to say this, too. I really hope when they bring the Fantastic Four in with Spider-Man, I hope they bring in... let me lower the music slightly. I hope they bring in... maybe a little more. I really hope that they bring in Human Torch with... Bring Thor this time. Oh, it's Venom with that. Okay, cool. Human Torch with Spider-Man as friends. I really love that dynamic. Where Spidey and Human Torch are like buddies. Because I feel like the big thing that's been missing with a lot of the MCU is the friendship Spider-Man forms with people who are his contemporaries. Like, I know they have... Oh, it's defense. Okay, that's really interesting. So I know how, like, they have Daredevil show up in both Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and also No Way Home, but I think, like... I just want to see him have his friendships with those heroes, you know? They added classic Thor skin. Yeah, they did. That's not gonna break. Okay. Gotta be a little aggressive here.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Okay, not that aggressive.
Sometimes they need a kick in the teeth.
Heal. Come on. Heals. All right. Got him. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, cool. So I got a couple down, but didn't stick the landing. That's okay. All right, Venom's a little better in this side of the map anyway. The first part is a little tricky because you have to really... Oh, cool. He's still holding. Good. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's over. Okay.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Tease him up, Bill. Tease him up. Got him. And... Got the point. Good. Just waste your bullets. Come on. Cool. Fuck. Okay. You're hyped for Daredevil? I'm so excited for Daredevil. Daredevil is going to be such a fun show, and I am excited to see what to do with it, because it's going to be just a ton of fun. I'm just really excited for Daredevil in general. I just love Daredevil. I might even use some of this footage for my Marvel Rivals video, potentially, too. Might add some in, because I need some B footage. I got everything edited, but I might just throw this in just for the fun of it. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. You know. Okay, not bad. Doing alright. Alright. I'll try doing a different character next round, but so far so good. Alright. Yeah, I do need some B-roll for the... Yes, my next video essay is going to be a Marvel Rivals video. Got that for you, Spidey. Take that, you. There we go.
Private police. They don't care about people.
Fuck. Okay, that was bad. That was a bad move on my part. Yes, my next video essay is going to be on Marvel Rivals compared to the MCU. So that means basically just basic comparison. Basic comparison. Okay, let's try this out. Might be a little lag here, I think. Fuck. Oh, cool. Resurrected. Perfect. Some health here. Okay, cool. That's not good. Fuck. Okay, got a couple of them down. That's good. All right, that's good. What are you doing, Psylocke? I mean, okay, fair, but like still. Yeah, so the idea that the MCU is doing a lot of things differently than what you might expect from Marvel Rivals, you know? Like, it's doing a lot of... Well, sorry, Marvel Rivals is doing a lot of things different in the MCU, I should specify. Okay. Yeah, Thor's interesting. I might try Thor a little bit next round, but I like Thor just fine. I'm not great with Thor though. Like, I enjoy playing him, but I haven't figured out the right technique with him yet. Okay, I have a Venom here too. Alright, Nutter the Butter. Don't let John K. draw Chippy Yusuf from Sailor Moon. Oh god, I hope not. That's awful. Now, the MCU I like a lot. I love the MCU. I'm a fan. I'm a very big fan. I think there's some issues with the MCU currently. But they're not insurmountable, and they're more specific, you know? Got him. Who's on point here? Cool. Got it. Got him. Cool. Awesome. We got the point. We have to hold it for 3 minutes now. Got the tank. Fuck. Okay, cool. Got the heal away from them long enough to take care of the guys in front. I think it's hard time. Okay, there we go. Okay, Venom's still there, but okay, Venom's gone. Good, good, good. Oh, come on, guys. You just always the point. Oh, I see now. Frick. I just stared right in front of the bullets as they came hailing down. Yeah, that would do it. That would definitely kill the run. Cool. Gain the point. Got on that. Okay, cool. Awesome. We have it. Cool. Hold back. There, we got him. All right. Let's hold this point back. Haul it back. Haul it back, guys. Why am I saying it's like anyone can hear what I'm saying? Let them come to us. Let them come to us. There's no rush. You have a Hawkeye, y'all. Let them come to us. I say as I just happened to... Fuck. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Where's Venom? Got him. Cool, 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 cool. Back, 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 back. Cool, cool, cool. Excellent. Fuck. Cool. All right, great. All right, at least we knocked off the resurrection for later on. Venom Snowman, that's right. That's what we're talking about. Okay, cool. We got this. We got this. We got this. And fuck. Yeah, I actually got myself killed there. Yeah, we might have lost this one because of me. Shit. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. Cool, we got the point. Cool. We have it? Yeah, we got it. No, we don't. We gotta get it. Fuck, we're right there. It's right... Okay, cool. Awesome. Alright. I think I'll play one more round, then we'll wrap it up for today, I think. Because I think that's fair. Oh, cool, got the MVP. Nice. Yeah, I love this MVP screen. Look how cool this is. Look how great. That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. What are my thoughts on Hulk 2003? I think it's a real mixed bag, is the best way of putting it. I think it has a lot of problems, but I generally like it for the most part, I would say. Okay, we're going to try DPS this time. I'm going to do Scarlet Witch, I think. Because I think one of my things is get, like, so many points for Scarlet Witch or Venom. Or Hela or whatever. I think Hulk 2003 is pretty solid. Has some issues, has some flaws, but I generally like it. 2003. I think the big issue... I think the thing that's so great is... oh, what's his name? Who plays... Big Lebowski is the cowboy. What's his name? It's, oh, God, I'm trying to blank on his name. Who plays General Thunderbolt Ross in 2003. It's, Jennifer Connelly is also good, too, but it's, what's her name? His name. With the big mustache, you know? You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to blank on it. It's driving me crazy. No, not Nick Nolte. It's Thunderbolt Ross. It's Sam Elliott. There we go. Thank you. I was almost saying Sam Neill. I'm like, that's not right. That's the guy from Jurassic Park.
I may be powered by chaos, but I'm trying to bring a bit of order.
Oh, this map again. See, I like Scarlet Witch just fine. She's a little frustrating to play, though, because, like, if you... Oh, yeah. And Venom hits on Scarlet Witch, which is interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. And yeah, this is a Multiverse of Madness outfit. Loki's a lot of fun. Yeah, I agree.
4, 3, 2,
What am I doing? I'm stuck on the wall.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
That was kind of useless, I think, but whatever. Fuck. Yeah, that's the problem with it. Adrian Parchman, thank you for Super Chat. Sincerely, 3 out of the 4 members of Fantastic Four are married. Who would have been a perfect partner for Johnny Storm? Not Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Okay, going with heterosexual options. Let's think about this for a second. I honestly think, you know, it would have been a good match for Johnny Storm if she were older. I would say if she was older, but I think they're, like, not the right age. I think Kitty Pryde might have been a good option if she were a little older. Okay, cool. The healing. Where's the heals? Okay, I guess that's not there. Fuck. Down. Kitty Pryde, if she was a little older, I think would have worked. But she's a little too young for Human Torch as is. In terms of other characters... It's a good question. I'm trying to think of other superheroes who would keep up with them. She-Hulk wouldn't be bad. She-Hulk would be pretty good. I'm sure they've had affairs in the past. Fuck. Down. Yeah. You can tell Scarlet Witch is not my best. Scarlet Witch is not my main, in case you couldn't tell.
I won't make the same mistakes again.
Jessica Drew would have worked, but Jessica Drew, I feel, has a lot of baggage. I don't think Johnny Storm could handle. Hang on. I don't think we're going to make it. Let me try. No, we're not going to make it. Okay, let me back up. Cool, awesome, got it.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Fuck. Yeah, this is not my girl. Trying to DPS. Let's do. Oh, and there's no healers. We have no healers. Okay, we have Cloak and Dagger. We need a healer at least. Let me do Loki.
I am wildly unreliable, vindictive, and yet oddly compelling, don't you think?
Oh, I was the only DPS doing damage too.
Better stop that vehicle.
Oh, I mean killing, I should say.
I have not seen so many spiders since. No, never mind.
They've made it halfway. Stop them.
Got Moon Knight. Nice. Oh, great. Got Moon Knight as he got me. Okay, cool. Venom's doing all right. Venom's doing okay. It's good. Good job, Venom. Yeah, I love playing Loki, though I don't have much occasion to play him as, because I feel like when people do healer, it's like usually... Can do some heals. That's not good. Okay, cool. Got. Okay, we took each other out, but that's okay. Yeah, it's a cool. Moon Knight's ult is really good. It's really good. A little too OP, but cool. The heals are still helping out. Looks like, right? Get my distance there, because I have my two guys right there. Cool. Awesome. Got the ult still coming up. Okay.
Your powers are mine!
Fuck. Okay, that's cool. Still took some down. All right. Okay. We have some good give them heals from over there because you can still heal distance there. Honestly, the Scroll Queen could be good. That's not a bad option for a love interest for Johnny, actually. Now I think about it. Scroll Queen could have done it. Yeah. Fuck. Okay, cool. Yeah, she just wiped me all out. That's fine. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, Moon Knight's a little broken at times, but not like terribly so. Like I think there's some. I don't know. I think Moon Knight. He's really strong. He's really powerful, but he's not like. There's some busted characters in games. I don't think he's as busted as could be. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. Okay, Venom. Ah, crud. Okay, we got Loki down. Cool. Got him. Ah, frick, down. Okay, crud. How do I pronounce my name? It's very simple, actually. It's a weird Italian name, but it's very simple. You gotta say it as Gra-mu-li-a. It's Gra-mu-li-a. That simple now, you're good to go. Alright, get these guys healed if I can, if I hit any of them. Okay, they got my clone. I didn't look at that. Frick. Alright, that was bad. What characters want to be added to the game? A bunch. Daredevil, I think, really needs to be added. I think it'd be really fun. Especially if they try to incorporate the blind mechanic in there. That'd be really interesting. I think, personally. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, hey, I distract them from the point. That's good. We need more Vanguards. We need more villains. I think that Green Goblin should absolutely be in the game. I think that Green Goblin should definitely be in the game. I think that Green Goblin should definitely be in the game. I think that Doc Ock could be fun, but I can see them going with Green Goblin instead. Because you have more of a flying option there. We need more villains, we need more flyers, I think. Because the flyers right now, they're kind of dominating the game a little bit. Where if, like, you're a flyer, you kind of it's just kind of there now. Okay, cool. Cool, awesome, we won. Nice, not bad. Abomination would be a lot of fun, actually. I think She-Hulk would be good, too. We need more, we honestly need a lot more, tanks who are women, I think, in the game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Abomination would be really good. There's a few others, too, that would be fun. Phil Coulson. Yeah, Phil Coulson would be fun. I'd like Phil Coulson in the game. They're cool. I'll give him a like here. Alright, I think I'll play one more round, and then I'll close the stream up for tonight. I think we'll do one last one. Adam Warlock should have been able to fly. You're right. I think Adam Warlock really should have been able to fly. It's been a lot of fun. Okay, cool. We'll get to this round, this map. I like this map a lot. This map's a lot of fun. Hobgoblin, I think Hobgoblin as a Green Goblin variant would be good if they do Green Goblin. Because you can easily do all the goblins as variants in costumes and stuff like that. It'd be a lot of fun. Nightcrawler I'd love too. Especially if you give them like swords for the close range attacks. Ooh, hang on, we got some going here. Okay, got 2 tanks. Got a healer. Prevent Herbie. Okay, so we're playing defense. Well, Baichi asked me for Squirrel Girl before, so let's do some Squirrel Girl. I love that Squirrel Girl's in this game, and I love that Squirrel Girl is not built like the rest of the characters. I think it's a neat thing. Call me, you know, whatever, but I think it's really neat that they don't have the same body type for all these characters. That's fair. Hallow's Eve events would be really cool. I think what would be great if they did some monster costumes for Halloween. I think if you do Howling Commando Wolf for Captain America, I think giving a bunch of zombie costumes for the characters would be fun. I think giving the Punisher his Frankenstein outfit would be great.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it'd be really fun if you do it. I think there's a lot of potential you can have for like characters being like really fun with Halloween costumes. All right. Cool, we got the point. Cool, cool. Got Groot here. Okay, got Groot here. Come on, come on, come on. Good, I got someone. Oh, cool. Got nice. Okay, got someone. Fuck. Oh, cool. They get anyone else? Ah, cool. I got Groot finally. Good. Yeah, Man Spider would be fun for Halloween costume. Not gonna lie, I love Man Spider. You know, Juggernaut I think is essential too. I think Juggernaut as like a rushing character would be a lot of fun. I'm also biased. I like Felicia Hardy. I like her as a character. I like her as a antagonist. I like her as a protagonist. I'd love Felicia Hardy in the game. I also know they're going to do, according to the leaks, they are definitely going to be doing some, cool, got some of that. Ah, fuck, that was waste. Luke Cage would be good too, actually, I think about it. I would like to see... I really think we need more villains. You know, I'm looking at the map so far. They have a lot of, like, Hydra stuff. I wouldn't mind Red Skull as a villain, but I don't know what he would do. Maybe, like, support? Because Red Skull's not really, like, he's not really a tank. He's not much of a... He's a fighter, but he's not, like... But he's not, like, you know... I don't know. He's not, like, a... But he's not like a character you would associate with like heavy combat, though. Okay. Nice. Fuck, down there. Cool, cool. Ah, the squirrels got stuck on the column. Crossbows would be fun too, actually. Okay, Ghost Rider, of course. How could I freaking think of Ghost Rider? And of course, wait, is that a... I've never seen anyone wear that Venom suit. It's so cool. Or a bit lame. I don't know which. Crossbones would be alright. I'm not a huge Crossbones fan. I've mentioned this before. I think he's just okay, you know, as a character. Okay. Yeah, Am I doing all right with this match? Okay, I'm doing okay. Nothing terrific. Kitty Pryde I'd love, but I don't know how she'd fight, you know? Because Kitty Pryde is much more of a... You know, she has a great ability, but I'm not sure how it would play in a hero shooter. I feel like she might get OP. Quasar is underrated, too. Because this game, what I like about it is they have so many underrated characters. Like, you'd expect Ghost Rider, you'd expect Daredevil, Deadpool, but Quasar would be very unexpected, which I think would be cool. You know? Alright, I see they're doing their ults. It's just... Let's get them right down there. Where's the heals? I need some heals. Always forget where the heals are in this map. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Excellent. Right there. Cool. So I can go around here. Get the ult in. Fuck. Ah, nice. Cool. Awesome. Mystique would be fun. I feel like Mystique would be basically Loki's ult, but the whole round. That'd be interesting as a DPS, you know? Because Mystique loves guns in the comics. And she's a good close-range fighter. Bachiepio Armor is a tank for the Meteor Storm dialogue and give me Jubilee. Jubilee! Oh my god, yeah, Jubilee's fantastic. How can I not think of Jubilee? Yeah, I would love Jubilee. And Miss Marvel. Yeah, Miss Marvel would be a lot of fun, too. I feel like Miss Marvel would be a lot of fun, like, the way that, Okay. There you go. I feel like Miss Marvel would be fun, like, a lot of the ways that, Mr. Fantastic is. Oh, cool. Awesome. Punisher is annoying. Okay, so here's the thing about Punisher. I don't like Punisher in any iteration. Oh, there's a health up here. I know there's that. I don't like Punisher in general. I think he's always been a very underwhelming character. I like him in certain stories where he's presented as, like, the foil. But I was never, like, a Punisher fan. Is it? And the fact that he's... Oh, fuck. Did I just fuck the ultimate up? I fucked it up, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there we go. Fuck, died. Armor would be a lot of fun. Daredevil, I think, is in the works, I think. There's a few characters who have leaked, who they say they're planning, but he's not officially in the game yet, Daredevil. He'd be good as a melee character. I just wonder how they incorporate his blindness, you know? Because it's such an important part of the character. And I feel like the game devs would probably include, like, some component to make it, like, a... Like, they would make him blind, I don't think, but they would do something with it, I think. Cool. Nice. Ah, nice. I got her. Nice. Fuck, down. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, Green Goblin. Captain Britain would be good too, I'm not gonna lie. Especially if it's Betsy Braddock. That'd be really fun. Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain would be a lot of fun. Banshee. Oh, I have never seen this MVP at all while playing this game. That is something. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep playing till we lose. When we lose, we'll stop playing. How's that sound? That sounds good. We'll keep doing that. In worst case, I'll use the footage for the video. So, hey, you're watching it. You're on the video. That's cool. Great Lake Avengers. Great Lake Avengers. How about Big Bertha? Big Bertha's unusual. I think she'd be a good tank. And she's physically different than most of the characters. I would like Big Bertha in the game. That'd be fun. I feel that's a really underrated character from the games, too. For the comics, too. Inhumans, Black Bolt, Medusa. Medusa might be a lot of fun. Okay, trying something different this time. Let's try... Okay, capturing. Okay, so I've done Venom. Yeah, one more game. We'll play till I die. We'll lose. How's that? We'll play till I lose. Got a healer. Got a tank. Got 2 DPS. We'll play on DPS. Let's do... Let's do heals. We'll do... Oh, we got a healer. Okay, so tank. Okay, we'll do Venom again. No, I got the... We'll do Penny Parker. Yeah, so I have the Venom suit for her, which means you can do this. Oh, the spot would be a lot of fun. We already have a lot of Portal heroes already, you know?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is
Okay, cool. The spot is a lot of fun. I like the spot, just fun. It's cool. I love that.
Time for some fireworks. Powering up. That one hurts.
All right, let me put the down here.
Willing to help? You know what to do, spiders? Mine's in place. I know that sound. Looks like the mission area is...
Okay, looks like this round might be the losing round. Yeah, right? One more game. I'll play till I lose. This looks... Oh, Rogue. Rogue would be interesting. I like Rogue as an option. Yeah, they're not doing too well this one. Okay. Rogue would be fun, actually. I like Rogue. Super strength, so Captain Marvel powers, basically. Alright, get those real quick. Okay, you know what? We're going to switch out from Penny. I'm not doing too well with her. Let's just do Magneto. No, we'll do Thor. I gotta have an event with Thor anyway, so it makes sense. Kingpin would be a lot of fun, too. Morbius. Yeah, Morbius, the living vampire. Let's do him. That'd be fun. We'll morb all over the place. How's that sound? I gotta say, I'm not great with Thor, so I gotta say, I'm not... Fuck. Okay, they got the whole point down. Rogue should be a tank, you're right. It'd be fun because she'd be like a very thin tank, a very small tank, very petite. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be my last round because we're not doing too hot now. Yeah, so the lizard would be interesting. Fuck. Okay, let's try someone else. Go back to mains. MODOK, I think, is confirmed to be coming into the game. I think. Oh, see, that's a smart idea. Just sneak around the back. Yeah, cool. Okay, we got Magneto here. I would like to see Apocalypse also. Fuck. Down. Bachiepio Dara, I have notes on the Penny performance. Yeah, I'm sure you do. It was a bad performance. Was not doing my best. Ooh, cool. Not doing my best Penny. Not gonna lie. Okay, cool. We got the point. Maybe? No, we're losing it. Losing it. Come on, all the... No. Okay. Okay. Molly Hayes. That'd be interesting. Big Bertha. Yeah, I think Big Bertha will be good. I don't know. I think Big Bertha... We should petition Marvel Rivals guys to put in Big Bertha. Because she's just so interesting. What the heck was that? That's a good question. What was that? Oof, bad. Bad on my part. Not my best performance. A Sentinel will be interesting, too. I think a Sentinel will be fun. Especially because you make all the variant Sentinels into, like, say, Nimrod or Bastion. There are a lot of shapeshifter options. I think of all the shapeshifters, the one that would make the most sense is Mystique. Okay. Yeah, Mystique would make the most sense. War Machine would be fun, but I'm wondering if War Machine would make more sense as a costume variant for Iron Man. Because, like, not that War Machine shouldn't have his own identity, obviously, but, like, I feel the same way with, like, some of the other costumes for these characters. Okay, yeah, go back to the other point. Fuck, that was bad. Mr. Sinister, yeah, that'd be interesting. I would like to see him. There's so many Marvel characters. The problem is I can name half of my favorite characters and that'd be good enough. I'm trying to think who else. Of course, it's Fantastic Four. But Apocalypse I really want to see, too. Apocalypse I think would be a lot of fun. War Machine as a flying tank, though. Fuck. Yeah, okay. We're not doing this. Yeah, I'm not. Sunspot would be good. Vulture would be really cool. It's good DPS, flying DPS. I do think that, ooh, Sunspot. Not a bad idea. I like Sunspot. Sunspot would be a lot of fun, actually. I like that. Alright, what we got here? What's going on here? Fuck. Yeah. Okay, I should have just moved away. Mrs. as a strategist. That'd be really fun. I like that. Yeah, I'm bad at this round. I'm the weak link. I'm the real weak link this round. Yeah, yeah. So I'm probably gonna wrap up after this. I'm clearly getting a little too tired. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, team activated. Cool. Fuck. Fuck. No, no. That. Ooh, no. Go. Heals. Heals. Fuck. Down. Now, Rhino would be good too, but Rhino would probably play the same way that Juggernaut would play, and I'd rather have Juggernaut than Rhino. Yeah, this is almost done. Cool. After we lose this, I'll back off and we'll end it for the night. You know what? Juggernaut would be fun. I like Juggernaut a lot, but. Quick. Fuck, really? Fuck. Yeah, Mole King would be fun. I would like Mole King. Oh, okay. But that's what's happening. Yep, that's it. That's it. Okay, cool. Got one kill. Not bad. Okay. I think I'll wrap it up for right now, I think. Yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Well, everyone, that was... It was great until it wasn't. I'll put it that way. It was great until it wasn't. Maybe next time I'll do this at the end of more streams. Just play a few rounds of a game at the end just to chill off after a long night. Because sometimes it's just fun just to chill out a little bit. Yeah, I wish they just had the Spider-Man skin for Scarlet Spider across the board, not just PS4 5 exclusive, but, you know, what are you going to do? Wouldn't mind Wiccan also. It'd be kind of fun. And yeah, I do have Malice as the default skin. This is what I look at when I open up the game. No one should be shocked by this. But no, I actually, let me see what I got here in terms of, I have to unlock something here. Yeah, these are fun. I don't like this mini game they have for the season, but it's a lot of fun otherwise. But I want to get the full effect here. Oh, cool! I have to get more points for this. How many days do I have for this? Halfway through progress. Great. 9 days left. Okay. I hope I can get the rest of that in time. I should be able to. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, wait, I didn't get the thing. Dumb. That's a problem. Lion's mane. Cool. Yeah, so I got three more things to complete, it looks like. I hope I get the rest of it. It'll be fun. But I'm like, I don't like this mini game, so it's been slow progress here. Not my cup of tea. What I got left for this? Okay, so I'll do this another time. That's fine. So I'll probably spend the rest of the night editing Friday's video. Hopefully it'll be done in time. It should be fine. I'm not worried. Yeah, see, I don't enjoy any of these games. That's the problem. I might just play a few rounds to get a few bonuses, but like it's just so boring. These games really stink. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for joining for this very impromptu, very lighthearted stream. I will be streaming with the Shillcast tomorrow. Be a little fun little event. And have my video on Friday out and for everyone to see. So thank you everyone for watching. It was so much fun. And a big crowd too, I might add. And I hope you all come on Friday. It'll be a lot of fun. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.